For real? Oh no. Let's go.
Boston.
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. What? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Stutter! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this championship weekend eve, Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. This program starts now.
Football!
It is the greatest. We're so incredibly lucky that we get a chance to chat about it. And we know that on this particular championship weekend, Eve, that we only have 3 real football games left. We know we have the AFC Championship game between the Broncos and the Patriots. And don't look now, line movement has happened. At one point, I believe it was 8.5, 7.5. I don't remember the max, but we have some movement on the line. Let's go to the Talks Table at Boston Connor. Patriots favored by more earlier. Now, not as much. What does that mean to you? Do you think people are getting eyes on Jarrett Stidham? Do you think people are seeing photos of how cool this man looks and how great he was in high school as the king of Friday Night Lights down there in Texas, which is a state we know Sean Payton holds in very high regard, especially high school football, which I believe he coached whenever he was out of the game for a year or so way back in the day. So what Stidham was able to do under those lights, Sean Payton believes he'll be able to do underneath the championship lights for the Broncos. And it feels like the sports books are giving him a little bit more of a chance. Now, Con Man, what do you think this says and why do you think this is?
I think the weather definitely plays a factor. You know, we've been talking about this winter storm all week and you know, it is going to be, I think, 25-ish in Denver if we looked correctly. Who knows about snow? And then also just looking at it from, you know, a little zoomed out perspective. Denver's a great home field advantage. You know, Bo Nix is out, but all their Pro Bowl players, they're still playing. You know, I think maybe it was an overreaction at first, starting quarterbacks out, conference championship. This is terrible. And then when you look at it, you know, a little closer, hold on. Jarrett Stidham's been in the league for a long time. He kind of knows exactly what he's doing, and Sean Payton. You know, I think a lot of people have more faith in Sean Payton than they do in Jarrett Stidham and think that they'll be able to figure it out.
It was 5.5. Now we're at 4.5. But at 5.5, there was 70+% of the bets as well. So this is a reverse line movement, I do believe. Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn, Cowboys AP Tone. Congrats on the finalists of your guys' awards coming out.
Appreciate that.
As an Associated Press award voter at the end of the season, we appreciate your service to ball. We'll talk about that later. But reverse line movement, what does this say? What do you think it means?
So reverse line moves. So obviously the Patriots were at 5.5, and when they're getting 75% of the bets, you would think it would go from 5.5 to the Patriots maybe minus 6.5 because they want to get more money coming in on the Broncos. So if you're getting the Broncos at minus 6.5, then you would more people would get in on the Broncos. When it happens this way, where the money is on the Patriots and the line goes the other way, which is reverse line movement, like you said. That could be a couple of things. It could be a big bets coming in on a certain side, or the sportsbooks thinks, hey, let's keep getting some more money in here on the Patriots because we like the Broncos this week.
Oh, so you think this is a potential bait out of the sportsbook saying, you know what, 75%, huh? You guys really like them? How about this? We'll put them on sale right now. We'll give it even better.
Yeah, exactly.
Minus 4.5. Come on in.
Yeah.
Give everything you like because they know Jarrett Stidham, backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos. First game, long time. This guy has to get beat by the Patriots is what the natural thought is going to be. And the sportsbooks seemingly think that maybe Stidham is going to be able to keep it closer. They would like people to be over there.
So that's definitely how it used to work back in the day, like when it was humans making lines and they had their ratings and stuff like that. Now that it's all computer and probably AI and a lot of that, I don't know if it works the same way, but I'm sure there's still some people with their hands in it who say, like, hey, we still like the Broncos in this matchup at home as 5.5 or 4.5 point dogs now. Like, we can continue to take money in on the Patriots if we want.
75% of the bets on a championship game is crazy talk, obviously.
Yeah.
That is an insane thing. And being that big of a home dog in the championship round is crazy. And then let's go to the NFC one. Even more insanity as you look at the Rams taking on the Seahawks. 83% of the bets are on the Seahawks, favored by 2.5 at home. Do you think that's just because we watched them demoralize the Niners last week from literally the opening kick all the way through?
Yep, normally how it goes. We just did this in the national championship where IU started around 80% and they got down to 70-some before the game. And that was strictly because people watched them blow out Bama and Oregon in those games. Even though Miami was a really good football team, they had to play closer games. But the public perception was like, hey, IU's a monster, IU's a wagon, let's go on them. Miami ends up covering that one. In this situation, Seattle has blown out their last game and also looks really good against the Niners in their end of the season, week 18. But the week before that, I believe it was the week before that, they needed that weird forward, backward, lateral, no no whistle, whatever. 2-point conversion to beat the Rams. It's been a really. I mean, 2.5 isn't a huge spread, but no, I think this is a lot of recency bias.
The Seattle Seahawks put out a video of McDonald talking to the team in their first team meeting before OTAs. I want to take you somewhere, January. This is what it's going to be. It's going to be about 30 degrees. We're going to do this. Here it is. This is from the Seattle Seahawks. 21 months in the making. Stacked every opportunity to get here is what their caption was. And then they go to the first team meeting of the year.
All right, we got everybody. Man, this is pretty awesome, huh, guys? This is awesome. We got a hell of a program ready for you guys. One of the things I want you guys to feel going through this program is that we have a vision for you and this football team.
Here we go, fastball!
But today, all right, I'm going to take you here now, so stay with me. I want us to just take a minute here and fast forward to January, NFC Championship. It's 30-something degrees. All right, it's wet, it's windy. All right, shitty for them, okay, but it's just right for us. We're loose. We're focused. All right, we're confident. We just spent the last 9 months stacking every opportunity that we had to put us in that position.
I got one question. Do y'all feel it?
This is what we send the best.
Let them know that we the best in the world.
Team across from us in the other locker room, okay, they've seen the tape. They know what they're in for. 11 guys playing as one, every snap. They know that we're like that.
Fire to the end zone. Ball is caught.
They know that they're facing a bunch of men that won't give up. They know they'll face a team that won't die and won't quit. They know. It's inevitable. So let's go to work.
The McDonald prophecy, the first team meeting. He was 12 months off. You heard him say it 9 months from now, but obviously it took 21 months. It's taken him 2 years to basically live out exactly what he laid out for the team whenever he started setting the culture of the McDonald era up there in Seattle. And then lo and behold, kickoff in the 30s. It will be rain. It's going to be hell for them. Just right for us or something like that. What That's a bar awesome. In there. I'll tell you, at the beginning of the video, I was worried. Okay, we've seen these coaches speak for the first time before.
That's right. Just saw one.
Jeff Hafley, congratulations.
Knocked it out of the park.
Go, baby coach. Baby coach.
He got emotional out there.
He did.
I don't know if anybody will ever get that right. Now, the Patriot people will tell you Vrabel did get it right.
Yes, he did.
Hafley obviously did get it right as well, but that's our first time really seeing McDonald address the team. So I immediately put myself in the team meeting room. Okay, let's hear what this guy's about. And he starts with, and it's like, oh no, this guy's a doofus. He's not going to be able to do anything. And then as he continued to go there, and they started showcasing what it was, and we've witnessed what has happened. You're talking about setting a culture and a precedent on exactly what I'm looking for. Hey, it's going to be hell. That's what we like, okay? We're never going to quit. That is who we are. We're dogs, basically, is what is in this room. And he knows that a lot of these people potentially in that first team meeting aren't going to be there whenever the regular season starts. There's probably only, I don't know how many it ended up being, but he knows a portion of that room is not going to make it. And as soon as he says these words, there's going to be people out there that are like, this is not my type of place. But what he found was the people that said, this is my type of place. And it feels like now that he has it already set in, anybody that goes to Seattle, especially with these types of videos being made public with the success that is happening, it's like, you know the standard, okay? He's been able to set a standard and set a culture immediately. And that first team meeting set it up. So whenever you talk about like home run preparation and planning for your first team meeting, when you become a head coach, what's the first thing you're going to say to the team? That's like what coaches fantasize about. That's what they think about. That's what they work about. Everybody wants to be a head coach of a team. Whenever you have that chance, what's the first thing you're telling your team? He had thought about that thousands of times before delivering it, and now he's living it, and now it's like the proof's in the pudding. So now everybody that ever comes here knows this is exactly how we do it, why we do it. What a hire by Schneider up there. He kicked Pete Carroll the hell out.
Zach did.
No, we love Pete Carroll. Schneider probably says, I love Pete Carroll too. We just needed something new. And Pete Carroll came out on radio like a week after he got kicked out. Well, we thought it was just a separating. A week later, it comes out on radio. He's like, I went in there, I fought hard for that job. I competed. You know, everything's a competition. This is what I think I could do. This is what we could do. So they had to make the decision and be like, hey, Pete, everybody loves you, right? You're kind of like the Mr. Rogers of football and everything like that. We love you. You know?
Yeah.
That's what had to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to go be a professor. Okay, yeah, see you later. That's going to happen. And also, we need to redo this entire place. Now, not the entirety. We had a misunderstanding. I guess I have been corrected by people from within.
I think that was exaggerated, too.
Yes.
I don't think we just made that up and ran with it. Like, that is what was being presented, is this guy came in and he's painting
over the walls.
Yeah.
So we were told the walls are being painted over. I guess that was exaggerated. So we were a part of talking about, like, hey, that's, like, stupid. I think that's stupid to kind of bury your history just because you weren't a part of it. I think that's a bad idea. But I think what they were trying to do, and it's obviously worked, they're hosting the NFC Championship game against another NFC West team. So you would say their road to getting there probably harder than maybe everybody else in the NFC too. So when you talk about dominance, going on the road and crushing people, it's like obviously their culture is there. I think they did say we got to hit a little bit of a reset here after what just happened. What a hire. McDonald. And that's why all these places that have head coaching openings, I mean, when McDonald got hired out of Baltimore, I think some people thought it was a good hire, but it was a defensive coordinator. He's going to Seattle. They just kicked Pete Carroll out of there. I don't think anybody was thinking this.
No.
People in Seattle, maybe.
Definitely not.
Maybe some people in Seattle, but I think even Seahawks fans were wondering what the hell was going on towards the end of through the beginning of the entire thing. So for them to be at this position and for that to be the first team meeting, I almost got like emotional for the guy. I'm like, good for you, man. Like he worked his ass off for that entire moment.
Let alone going, and winning 10 games in your first year and then telling the quarterback to get the hell out too. They got rid of
the OC.
And the OC. They got rid of them, bring in Darnold, make moves to go from good to great, and now possibly, going to the Super Bowl is unbelievable. Him being a DC, becoming the head coach, and still calling plays like a DC too. Like Mike McDonald, and we talk about this all the time with like the Coach of the Year award. Like he should win it, but you can make that case for all four of the coaches that are left. 2.5 points favored at home too. I mean, that is a ton of points for this Seattle team against the Rams. This is the game I feel like for me, even as a Patriots fan, that most people I think will look forward to.
Well, and primetime game, obviously, because they're over there in
way over.
They're way over.
And that's why, okay?
We don't want to just point out the obvious, but we're part of the problem too. We understand that. But we're even more left than most people talking on a day-to-day in the sports world. We're over our 20-minute flight away from them. So we're much closer, even, I'd say. And it's still, for us, so far out there.
Yeah. So far.
So we apologize. I assume it's beautiful. I've been up there for the University of Washington. It's gorgeous. There's that
Rainier.
That stadium.
There it is. Mount Rainier. Yeah, the stadium is beautiful.
Right.
Great mountains, in the back, and the views and
Puget
everything.
Sound.
It's like in the city too. Yeah.
And what's the thing? The
Needle.
The needle. The thing.
Space Needle. Yeah.
That thing's awesome. Stanford Steve, he was out there and he said, "Whoa, through the whole
fancy.
thing."
You said the way it's built too is sweet for
The
fans.
Washington Stadium, and then the Seattle Stadium. Their stadium is built to be loud. So I got a lot of respect for the place. It's just so far. So for us, them being primetime, I think is like perfect for us, perfect for them especially. But when they have like a Monday night or a Thursday night game, think about that. That's a 5:30 start for them, Wade.
Yeah.
You got work, don't you? I mean, don't people have work?
Yeah.
Cities have traffic and everything like that during the week. So them being the fan base that they are, I think they have to be a little bit extra committed as well up there. So we respect and appreciate it. Happy they're all the way back. And they were on display. Quake. There was a earthquake.
5 of them.
Yeah,
five
Richter
different
scale.
5
Shaheeds.
different seismic activities during the game. Yeah, Shaheeds was the biggest, but like we haven't heard that since the Legion of Boom was there. And that I think is the biggest thing. We were talking about last year, or maybe it wasn't last year, maybe it was 2 years ago, with multiple times in a season opposing teams coming in and being able to hear their chants on the broadcast. Like they had no home field advantage anymore, where 5 to 6 years previous, they were talking about that being the best home field advantage in the NFL, like by far.
Our best fans, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the NFL's best fans, and maybe even compete with some college places, like for whenever it comes to sound and environment and home field advantage. So I was really pumped, both that they're back, but also that they were on display during divisional round.
Yes, they were.
They were on display. We had a lot of great home field advantages on display. I think the NFL represented. Because like college football, the atmosphere is going to always outweigh NFL football. Okay, that's just kind of how it's always been in the football conversations. Now, NFL is the number 1 sport on earth. College football is the number 2 sport on earth. That is just what ratings say. That is what everything says. And the space between college football and NFL football, pretty big. So college football can continue to kind of go. But once people that have only watched NFL turn on college football, especially big-time college football, their big takeaway is like, holy hell, this place is alive. Like the environment is a massive piece of the whole thing. It's like, absolutely. Seattle has had that with the Seahawks up there with their fans, and it's a special combination. When you got NFL football, NFL level talent, NFL production, NFL everything, and NFL eyes, 40 million, 30 million, 50 million, whatever the number is, and the crowd is showing up in a big way, it's good for ball. So we're very grateful that the Seattle Seahawks are hosting the NFC Championship in primetime. Their fans are going to crush it. That's going to be electrifying in there.
Yeah, and you talk about the environments, and I'm not an anti-dome guy. I get the domes. I get why places do domes. It's great for business. And
80 feet of snow in Russia.
Well, I saw a video that said a lot of that was fake.
That's not real.
Yeah, a lot of that AI.
Some is real. It was more like 7 feet of snow, I guess. But anyway, but all 4 of those games, New England, Denver, Seattle, and Chicago, like those being outside in the elements, I think does add a bit to the environment when you're watching it.
Well, then also Denver, I mean, we got great home field advantages taking place here this weekend. I think it's good for ball as a whole.
Yeah, big time. And then you look at the Super Bowl. Like, we got an outdoor Super Bowl this year, and that could play a massive factor, especially when you think about, the quarterbacks. All of them do have a ton of experience playing outdoors. Matthew Stafford, we saw maybe not as much in the cold, but still a ton just outside in general. Like, that will be huge going forward.
Do we know if there's any other electromagnetic super facilities around anybody else doing any sporting stuff?
There was a report of one. I can't remember what team had it, but yeah, it's getting looked into.
Yeah, the electrical substations, if you have one near any of your facilities, even just near your house. Like if there's one near your house, I'd be worried getting out of your car every single day.
Okay, yeah, you would be. There's a lot of it's been mentioned now in actual press conferences where John Lynch says, yeah, I mean, we're going to definitely look into this.
You
have to look into it. It seems like there's too much. John Lynch, ex-player, by the way. Remember, John Lynch, ex-player. Go ahead and run it.
What I would tell you, Eric, because it deals with allegedly, the health and safety of our players, I think you have to look into everything. And so our guys we've been reaching out to anyone and everyone to see, does a study exist other than a guy sticking an apparatus underneath a fence and coming up with a number that I have no idea what that means. That's what we know exists. We've heard that debunked. So yes, we will look into it. We have. The health and safety of our players is of the utmost priority. We pour into it. Our ownership, Jed, tremendous in terms of resources, and we'll always be cognizant of things. I know that a lot of games have been won at this facility, since it opened, and so, but yeah, we aren't going to turn a blind eye. We'll look into everything.
Hey, listen, yeah, I'll definitely look into it because I don't want the players that I'm paying a lot of money to potentially be getting injured by something that is nowhere near their own control or getting set up to get injured by something that is nowhere near their control. It's fascinating because then he said, is there studies? I don't know if anybody's looked into this. This might be the first time that we've ever heard of this as a society. It feels like we're all learning about it together. If anybody can point me in the direction of somebody who might have more information on this. And I think what's going to happen is you're probably going to hear more from people in different places, potentially, to see what's real, what isn't. And then, like anything, there's probably a lot of money on one side as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fascinating development here, as injuries are literally your biggest risk whenever you're running an NFL team. Obviously, you have storm risk and other type of stuff outside of your business, I guess, that could potentially happen. But whenever it comes to how much money you pay people and players versus the cost of whenever they're not there and what it does to your business as a whole and the devastation that takes place to your entire operation, especially if you lose Micah Parsons. Not that this is anything to do with that particular thing, but injuries are your biggest can change the entire trajectory of your business, of legacies, of futures, of the league, everything like that. So if there is something from this that leads to the biggest risk for these NFL owners, you would think that they would want, for the good of their businesses, to have this potentially be corrected, is the hope in this entire thing. What I fear might happen, because it does feel like this happens, boy, there's going to be stats on coming from, because this side's not going to want to, just yeah, you're right. We'll just change. That never really
That's
happened.
already, there's been narratives out there have been like, they hired a new PT staff or whatever the same year that this happened. And stuff.
There's always going to be, because the electric substation, they have people that would like to see that thing have success in that spot. You know what I mean? So,
Power to the stadium.
Yeah, there's going to.
I was going to say.
So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come back the other way, and I think you're going to hear a lot of players be like, "No, I think this is a direct correlate. I think this is what's been happening. I think you're going to going to continue to hear that. But then you're going to hear the counter argument, and then what's going to actually happen. At this exact moment, I would like to predict that we will never get an actual answer. But I hope that's not the case. I hope we do find out what's right for all of society and these players and athletes who are risking their bodies already. They don't need anything else trying to hurt them in the process.
Yeah, and I appreciate, John Lynch saying, hey, they're gonna look into it. They're gonna see what they can do. And I don't want to be naive, but did you see how big that electrical substation was in comparison to the stadium? So even if, let's say that 100% this is contributing to this, what are they going to do? They're going to pick this thing up and
you
move
practice
it?
in scuba suits.
Well, yeah,
that.
you're going to, because guess what? That electrical substation, I don't think that thing's going anywhere. It's powering the stadium. It's probably powering quite a bit of homes around the area.
Then is there one at other stadiums? Genuinely, I have not done the research. It's like, there's going to be I think there's going to be a lot of this, but I appreciate John Lynch, ex-player, being like, we would certainly like to know if something is making our investment not be available anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is certainly something NFL teams should be looking into. But to his point, who's going to be the authority on this?
Nuclear
physicists.
When the college kids kick and you ask what their major is, a lot of time it's
something. How come none of them have really given me an answer?
That's what I'm saying.
When I say, what are you going to do? Are they taught immediately to say nothing whenever they have these
kids
majors?
They don't know. These kids change their majors 10 times during their college run. So that's just what that day. That's kind of what they're interested in.
Okay, so we don't even know if that's necessarily any of these majors.
That year they are that major, but
what does that mean? What are you going to do?
I don't know. Ask me next year.
Trying to figure it out still.
Ask me when I'm a senior, because I feel like you always, for some reason, the kicker's always freshman or sophomore.
You know why?
Because
to get there, it's like a rite of passage, it feels like. Like, hey, it's your duty to represent for our university, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a younger, because you got to be in there. Used to be early morning. It did start to become, it felt like overnight, and then it was 3-4 days. It's almost in the Greek life, I feel like the youngs have to go through something to get in, right? Everybody talks about it. Feels like that is just kind of like a university sports fan base, fanatical fan base, kind of like
go prove it.
Hey, yeah, you got to go represent on game day. Feels like that's what it's become, which game day, wildly lucky and thankful for, because having a crowd show up at that thing is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, kind of important.
Yeah, and they show up and they represent, I think. And it does feel like they're all trying to represent for the school. And I think it is mostly the youngs. It does feel like it's young. That's why that yell practice was 6-year-olds to 95-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Midnight the night before.
All
crazy.
No electrical substations near that place. It is definitely
You're
going
right.
to get.
I don't think there is.
Just wind
It's going to get
factors.
very loud because a Super Bowl team is going to have to practice there. So if one of those
one of the coaches is going to say something,
it being this loud, this week, 2 weeks out from teams having to work there, you would assume they're already maybe looking at a USC but I don't know where any of those schools are in relation to
USC's
way far away.
Yeah.
Stanford
Yeah,
would be up there.
San Jose State.
Cal, Berkeley, right? Up there.
Yep.
Oakland in that area.
Yep.
So Cal Berkeley's up
Cal's
in that
probably
area.
the closest.
Cal, what a place. What a fun place that was. All right. Speaking of fun places, we've fallen in love with Utah, the state as a whole, and also the BYU people.
Yes.
I was introduced to the Mormon religion. I'm not a Mormon, but I was introduced to what a Mormon religion believer was through Austin Collie, who's draft class of mine. He was a wide receiver who I think was on his way to have a incredible career before, had multiple concussions, a lot of success. I think his second year, he led the NFL in receptions and touchdowns and targets, I think, from Peyton Manning. So, we had Reg, obviously, who was doing his thing, would require a lot of attention. And then we had Joseph Adai, who was running back. And then there was Austin Collie, who was able to just kind of eat on the outside a little bit. So he was great. But Mitt Romney, I believe, was running for president.
Correct.
And I didn't know much about politics. Still don't really know much about it, except for they seemingly get really mad at each other all the time.
Yeah.
They're really mad at each other. I hope they get to the bottom of it. I do. Fear that they never will. But I hope that they try to at least get to the bottom of it. Mitt Romney, that's my first time ever getting money. I just got drafted. He's now going to be potentially president. I have no idea what this guy believes. I'd like to just know a little bit. So through one conditioning period, next to Austin Collie, at the Indianapolis Colts facility, he broke it all down. How we ended up boom, and then we did boom, then we take a travel, and then how's this happen? And the way he has operated, Austin Collie, I watched him live amongst us whenever we were doing things. He lived by what he said. He took a trip. Argentina, I do believe, to go south. So I appreciate the hell out of the humans that are in the Mormon religion because of that conversation. And I respect the hell out of their commitment fully to what they're doing. Are they right? I think they would say yes, but there's a lot of religions that would say that. So I got really no disrespect towards anybody out there, but I certainly respect the Mormons after knowing the entirety of it. And I get a chance to meet more of them through their incredible athleticism. And a guy then becomes friend of the program, who is like, what, in his 40th year in the NFL?
Yeah, basically.
Close.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Stormin' Mormon, an NFL vet, Super Bowl champ. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah, Kyle!
What's up, dude?
Hey, I'm on the move. I apologize for that. But I do have to say, Boston Connor, you're probably the only guy in there that's team still doing something. So shout out to you. But I'm glad you need some help on geography. USC is in Los Angeles, not in the Bay Area. Okay. So let's just get that right, bro.
Southern California, USC. San Fran, Bay Area, we're talking up here a little bit.
Of course.
Well, little trees, and then you go in, actually, a farm, I think.
That's right.
I think there's a lot of farmland.
Fireball.
Josh Allen. Yeah, bingo. Exactly. I think he's got like 40,000 acres.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's on him right now.
Yeah, speaking of that, okay, everybody relax. Let's talk about the championship round here. New England Patriots are still alive. Obviously, you had a lot of history with the New England Patriots. Can you tell us about that particular team and how Vrabel was able to make them so damn dominant? The defense, outrageous. And then Drake May, in his second year, might win the damn MVP. What are your thoughts on the entire New England turnaround, and why is Vrabel the right guy up there, you think?
I think there's two things, right? It's Mike Vrabel being the spokesperson for that. I also think it's Josh McDaniels. I think he needs a lot of credit for the development of Drake May. I mean, he's been in MVP's talks, so just him elevating Drake May to an elite level of playing football, passing the football. And then he's got this belief, Mike Vrabel does, of that he's the best coach, which you could argue he is this year, but he has the belief of that with his players, the belief that he makes every player think they're a star player. He has the relationship with them. You see him after the game, he daps the players up. He's doing his no look with the wag, the stank face.
Yeah.
That just shows you the amount of love he has for his players, to know the identity of each player for the relationship base, to where those players want to do anything and everything to not let him down on a football field. And then he's done a great job of creating that culture, that winning environment that has been so accomplished up there. He's creating it in a new version. It's like the Patriots 2.0, to where it's his thing. He has nothing to do with the past. Obviously, he's part of the past, but he started his new wave. It starts with him creating this awesome culture of relationships, and then Drake May playing at an unbelievable pace, as well as when you pay somebody like Milton Williams, who's been outstanding in the playoffs. He's, to me, been the most dominant player on either side of the football this whole postseason, has been him. I think it's awesome what they got going on. I love Boston fans. I can only imagine what it's like up there. And then to go into a place called Mile High, where they've had a couple problems with, and seeing how the past has been up there. Obviously, it's different circumstances. They're going to play a high-powered defense, as well as Stiddy. Stiddy has a lot to prove. Stiddy gets to play his former team, Jarrett Stidham. I'm excited for him and his opportunity. He's waited a long time in the NFL and has worked, and he's going to come prepared. Sean Payton does a really good job getting his team ready to go, especially the quarterback. And, I wouldn't be surprised you could see a Nick Foles 2.0 with Stidham going in there in the AFC Championship and doing his thing. But, the Patriots, they're rolling right now. They just look like a team that loves each other, that's playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of confidence, a lot of love. It is the championship, and the Broncos obviously have earned the number one seed and the home field advantage. Tell me a little bit more about Stiddy, maybe turning Denver into Stiddy City going forward. What do you think he has? And were you teammates with him? So it sounded like you know him pretty well. So anytime you're in the NFL this long at the quarterback position, you're certainly good. Buildings think you're good. Like that is why you're still there, even if you haven't had the chance. Like, people aren't backup quarterbacks for 6 years, 7 years just because people like you as a person. Like, there is a lot of things that have to go into the veteran backup role, which I guess is what he is at now at this stage of his career. Tell me what you know about Stiddy, and then obviously second preseason game, I think he went for like 300 yards or something. That's preseason, that's different, but the ball left his hand and went to somebody else's hands for a lot of yards just recently.
As you mentioned earlier, I've been in the NFL now for 40 years. It seems like I have so many teammates all over the NFL, and Stiddy is one of them. One thing about Stiddy that I loved about him, even as a rookie, he was very cocky. I like that in a quarterback. I like a cocky quarterback just because they believe they can make any throw, they can win any game, they can do it all. Now, what I don't like about that is that can get you in trouble, right? Because you think like that you can make some mistakes because you think you can make all those throws. But knowing Stiddy and how he's been able to prepare and how he sees the game, he knows he has a good defense. He knows he has to take care of the ball. And I think you're going to see him just facilitate it to his playmakers. I think he's going to make plays when they need to be made. I think you're going to see him scramble a little bit more. I could see that. I think there's space to scramble sometimes against the Patriots defense, but Stiddy's going to try to deliver the football in his playmakers' hands. He's going to give his guys chances, especially when it comes to the red area. You're going to see him give his guy chances to go up and grab the football. I think he's going to really hone in on Cortland Sutherland, who got off to a late start last game with Bo Nix. I think he caught his first pass in the fourth quarter. I think they're going to go early to him to get him going. They're going to lean on that offensive line saying, hey, give me protection. I'm not like Bo Nix. I need more protection. Let me read this out a little bit more. And I'm expecting a really good football game. This team is destined themselves. Sean Payton, going in, basically getting waxed a couple years ago by getting 70 on their heads put on, to now in the AFC Championship carrying a $32 million hit with Russell Wilson. He's ready to, take the show again. He's like, I'm here. Don't put me in another conversation with coaches. Don't ask me questions on a podium that I don't want to answer. Okay. Like, he's going to let you know. I'm excited.
Yeah, I like Sean Payton back in the spotlight as well. And I like he's still got his sauce. And I like his shoe game still very clean. I appreciate Sean Payton being back up there. Mike Vrabel, obviously, Coach of the Year candidate. Wow, what this guy has done is incredible. He's in the Patriots Ring of Honor. He'll probably be a first ballot Hall of Fame coach whenever it's all said and done. And then whenever you think about the NFC, Sean McVay, this guy still looks like he's 25. People are already projecting him to be in the Hall of Fame. And then there's this new head coach, basically, that comes into Seattle and has a whole new era. Go ahead, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, Kyle, you were with McDonald in Baltimore in 2023, and if I'm not mistaken, you absolutely flourished that year, and I think had a career high in sacks. What makes his defense, I guess, so hard to deal with? And when you saw that he got this job, are you surprised that he's been this successful as quickly as he has been?
No, I'm not surprised. Thanks for the whiteboard question, Schmitty. Appreciate it. I do.
He knows.
I'm not surprised at all because Mike Mack is a nerd when it comes to football. I think he's a savant when it comes to football on the defensive side of the ball. He really loves it. I think he's done a really good job in the 2-year build so far. He's got a bunch of pit bulls on defense, and we've seen that. We saw that the last game against the Niners. Yeah, they were beat up, but that doesn't matter. Nobody said anything all year when they were winning, but when they got whooped, then, they didn't have enough guys, and I understand that. But you just saw pit bulls get unleashed off their leash. Like, that's the environment he creates. He creates this dog pack mentality, this wolf mentality, where it's not just one guy stopping the offense. It's everybody. It's all 11 being on the same page. As I like to describe it, they're all connected. They all have they all have leashes on each other, like ready to be let go off the next play, and then the leashes come back on for the play, and then as soon as the play,
dogs out the
as soon as the play
who let
goes,
the dogs out?
Yes, sir.
It's McDonald lets the dogs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
and then
unleashing.
you take that dog mentality with Mike Mack being a nerd and putting guys and making them do crazy stuff, whether it's pre-snap where they make it really hard on the quarterback, and then post-snap it's a totally different picture for the quarterback. And that's why I think Purdy struggles so much against them, because of the game within the game. The pre-snap versus post-snap. Oh, shit, there's 10 people blitzing. It seems like, oh, no, there's only 3 guys rushing me. So you just never know with Mike Mack, and he's done a really good job of creating that environment on offense where he wants to go on the ground pound game. He wants to do a really good job of using Kenneth Walker. I see them using him a lot, but where it can get dicey, I hate to bring this up, Sam Darnold. I hate how people call him Sam Darnold. I don't like that.
No, it sounds like that's what you're saying he is. Why are you saying that?
Because he led the league in turnovers.
No, Kyle, you're not saying other people are saying. You're saying Sam Darnold.
No. Other people are saying this. Okay. I'm just reading what people are saying, and I'm like, okay, I see where people are going for on this. You can't get in a drop back game, and if the Rams get him in a drop back game, I think it could be a problem.
No, he's not the same Darnold. He's not the same Darnold.
Where I respect Sam Darnold is that even with the turnovers when they played last against the Rams at home to clinch, going to San Fran to clinch the division and all that, you saw him bounce back from some turnovers. Yeah, they got to help by Shaheed with the touchdown, but then to march down the field with the game on the line, Sam put the team on his back and came out with victory. I really like that, and I think that's going to be able to help him in the playoffs when these next 2 games they're going to come down to the wire. Okay,
so you're saying other people are saying Sam Darnold, and I'm saying led the league in turnovers. I saw a couple of miscues here. They had a kickoff return to the house. I can tell you say that, but what we're all hoping for the good of Sam Darnold is that it's not the same Darnold that we saw in a couple different moments this year. And also, McDonald understands the situation. Felt like there was a lot of this, a lot of this. Let's get him comfortable in these big moments.
Play action, get him comfortable.
Yeah, let's take it. Let's make this.
One more time. That was a good fake.
Yeah, you see that? You see that?
Pass.
You see that? Boom, bang, pow.
Watch out, Peyton. No,
I was third string quarterback. Okay.
No big deal.
Behind Peyton Manning. Yeah, so you need to.
But you got tape, though. You got tape. You got that pass.
I got 2 passes. If you look at just the passes on both of them, I think people would respect it. No laces on the first one, too. It's a big one. Just so we know, just so we understand how things go. A little bit of that right there, I'm from Pittsburgh. We grew up playing football.
Pump, pass, and kick.
Yeah, pump, pass, and kick world champ. Got booed. No big deal.
Perfect.
Yeah. It was maybe the biggest heel move in the history of punt, pass, and kick.
Probably.
Yeah, got booed.
Doesn't Andy Reid have that too?
So he was big with a helmet on. We didn't do
full pads.
Yeah, he had the whole thing. I don't know if they booed him. Did they boo the big kid?
I think they all were just what's that?
No, they didn't do that. There's no way they did that. There's no way.
That's another Brigham legend right there. That's the guy right there.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You Mormons good at ball. Legit. It feels like you guys love ball and are good at ball. And the investment in sports over there at BYU right now, gigantic. It's like, I respect
They better be. They're rich over there. They got a bunch of money over there.
This guy. Yeah, he's been in the NFL for 100 years. Now, on that note, you've been with a lot of coaches. What you just said about McDonald in the year that you had your best year, you said he is a nerd who also wants a dog mentality. You mentioned something about a coach and who you think should get hired at a place. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Kyle, another one from the whiteboard boys. It feels as though you think X's and O's for the Ravens is the most important thing for the head coach. We see a lot of the CEO types have success. Vrabel, being one of them right now, but also the play caller, both offense or defense. McDonald being a defensive guy, McVay being that X's and O's offensive guy for the Rams. Can you elaborate on what you were thinking for the Ravens? Do you think offense with Lamar? Do you think offense is kind of good because they have Lamar, need a defense?
Yeah.
What did you mean by that for Baltimore?
Yeah, this is a great conversation. I want you to think about for a sec, how many leader of men coaches are there in the NFL? You could name Harbaugh, Tomlin, but he's out. Vrabel, who else?
MCDC.
Exactly. My point is that this young generation, they enjoy X's and O coaches. They want to know where they can have success, see success. They want you to put them in positions. They want you to teach them, okay, I see you in this spot, and then go out on a walkthrough, do it, and then see it in a game. They respond really good to that from my point of view of being around X's and O's guys. That's what this league is turning into. You look at the teams that had success in the playoffs. Liam Cohen, X's and O's offensive coordinator. Ben Johnson, X's and O's. Shanahan, X's and O's. Mike Mack, X's and O's. I still believe Vrabel's an X's and O's type of guy at the end of the day, whether it's the brains behind a little bit of the defense as well as offensive X's and O's. He's been around football so much that he is X's and O's. I know he's a leader of men, but he still knows X's and O's at a high level, let alone he understands situations probably the best in the NFL right now. But I just see this generation of players coming up enjoy X's and O's a lot, and that's what they want to see. And I see the Ravens going that way, whether it's defensive X's and O's or offensive X's and O's. I don't think it matters. What I think matters, or I don't think matters which side of the ball it is. At the end of the day, X's and O's where you can talk shop with players and have guys like Lamar Jackson or Kyle Hamilton be like, okay, I see that.
Yeah, because I think the new generation, I think Rich Rodriguez said this. He said back in the day when he was coaching, because he had to evolve, is what he said. Back in the day, I would tell somebody, hey, we need you to run through the wall. You might have to pump them up a little bit, and then they would run through the wall. Now you ask guys to run through a wall, they're going to say, well, why? I would like to know why. What is the objective? Are we trying to get to the other side of the wall? And you got to just explain to them why we are trying to do this. And if you explain to them why and they buy it, it's like, all right, I understand that'll create value. I understand that'll work. That is what it would do. It feels like the new generation, and I hate to say the word enlightened, but it does feel like they need to be explained a little. We would like to, because we have access to so much information now and shit that has happened in the past and what has not happened and how something has worked and examples now than we didn't have in the past. So we're just going to have to hear why this is it. That's what you're saying right now is what these.
Yeah, and I think the best person of what you're describing is Mike Macdonald. The way he's able to set up the beginning of his week, whether it's defense, I'm sure now it's at a head coach level, but when I was in the room with him, he would be able to describe how this game's going to go, how we want to play it, why we want to play it, what are the QB strengths, what is the offensive strengths, and try to take advantage of their weaknesses. And I think that's why you see him being successful, is because he's found his rhythm on how explaining how it's going to go and then going out and executing it and getting everybody to believe. I believe Mike Vrabel does the same thing. At the beginning of the week, he's going to explain, from the game of what he thinks, why it should go this way, when probably the dam's going to break and how it's going to break. And when it does, you're going to be looking at me smiling on the sideline like you were right. So that's what I think the difference with some of these coaches. I'm sure McVay does the same way when he goes into this offensive meeting with Stafford. This is how we're going to attack this defense. This is why X, Y, and Z. And everybody's like, well, yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
So,
let's go.
Hey, Kyle, that's why Ben Johnson was the belle of the ball, because he was hey, we're going to run this offense. This guy's going to be wide ass open every single time. And whenever this happens, this guy's going to be wide ass open. It's like he is the X's and O's guy, which is why, and with a dog mentality, obviously, clearly. We understand that, just like it sounds like McDonald is on the defensive side. So maybe that's why Caleb and him did get along, because Caleb just wanted somebody to explain, hey, if you do this, this will work. Like, this is a guaranteed success if you go ahead and do that. It's like, okay, then if I just buy in, we'll be able to go and do the thing. Fascinating, because there's a lot of head coaching vacancies right now, Kyle. A lot of people are trying to make this decision right now, you know? And there's interviews taking place. 10 teams had head coaching vacancies. 2 MVPs currently don't have a head coach. It's crazy where we're at right now. And it sounds like you have a strong statement of who should be getting these jobs. It's people that are basically, we need the football nerds that are up there that can explain it. And then if they have the dog mentality, that's the home run. As opposed to dog mentality will find the football nerds, is what you're saying.
Yep, I do believe that's how it's going. It's going X's and O's and find the dog mentality after you get the X's and O's, because of what you explained with Rich Rod, right? I think he explained that really well. Sorry, I got out of the car. My leg's dead. Oh, no.
Oh, they're asleep. You got to shake it. You got to shake it.
Yeah.
You got to shake it. You got to get the shake.
Let me shake that thing.
Yeah, out there in Utah, I don't know.
We back.
Yeah, all right.
I think you hit it right there on the head, honestly. I think you really got to come in and show those X's and O's mentality. And then when you get that X's and O's, you can build that relationship to then get that dog pack mentality out of folks. You can start calling people out a little bit more, and they know you're coming from the right space, you know, at the right time.
All right, last question. What are you doing? Are you playing still? And how cold is Utah doing with this superstorm we got going on right now, this super winter storm? Or are you guys out of it?
I think that's on the East Coast, bro. We're struggling to get some snow, but the mountains look beautiful.
Wow. He said they earlier talking about people with money. That's crazy. What's that?
Yeah. That's a beautiful view.
It is. You've earned
it. We're just enjoying life right now. I'm super pissed. Whatever happens, happens. I'm pumped. I would love to keep playing, but you never know. One of these teams got to offer you. Hopefully it's the Ravens to come back. I love the Ravens. You know, they were so good. It was so fun. I would love to be a part of what they got going on. I've built really good relationships with guys like Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, and Lamar Jackson, even D. Hen. It's been really, really fun. I'm just pumped. I'm just enjoying everything. I appreciate y'all showing that INT real quick, make me look good, but I'm just enjoying life. Hopefully that you'll see me soon. I hope to see you at Super Bowl. No, matter of fact, you will see me at Super Bowl. I'll be hanging with you guys a little bit.
Okay.
I'm excited about that.
Happy to hear that.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's great news.
I'm just enjoying life right now. Life's good.
All right, whatever comes your way, you'll accept and appreciate. And I think that's why we respect and appreciate the hell out of you. Good luck the rest of this offseason. Can't wait to catch up with you very soon. We'll see you at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Can't wait to see you out there. And congrats on everything. That view of the mountains you've earned, brother. You worked really hard for that, so enjoy it all.
Yes, sir. Much love, guys. Have a blessed day, and let's have a great weekend. Let's get some good football games. Who cares who wins or loses? Let's get some good competitive games where the refs stay out of it and we just get to play football. How about that?
I like that. Their contract's up too. Hey, their contract's up too. The refs' contract is up, Kyle.
Yeah, massive.
It could be a very different year next year. Yeah. Their contract's up in May.
I like that.
Yeah. Everybody.
One thing I think they should do is I think refs should do press conferences after games. Just like coaches and players, they should have to go to the podium as a unit. You have one spokesperson, but whoever makes the call has to walk their ass up and explain, you know, what they see and how all that. I think it would be awesome.
It might actually, as opposed to just throwing rocks at them too, them saying in real time, we thought bang and bang. We now know that we didn't. We got that one wrong, and obviously we can't go back in time. That could also be a cool thing, but I don't know if they have that in them.
No way.
I don't know if they have that in them. You listen to these ref analysts on TV, it's almost like they got a memo like, hey, our contract's up in May. Let's make sure we're, you know. Let's make sure it's almost like they all got a memo and they're like, yeah, you're right. Let's be good to the group here as a whole, because they're all just like, maybe. And then we're all watching like, hey, we know ball now at this stage. I think it's a little different than it was maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Speaking of controversies, you guys don't have to dive into it, but does everyone in agreement that play with Buffalo was an interception, right? It's not that hard to see interception, not a catch.
Okay, so you played defense. AJ and Darius on your side completely, defensive players. AQ Shipley said, basically with disgust, that was 100% a catch whenever he was down.
Of course he did.
And it wasn't an interception. Joe Burrow came out, though, on the defensive side. He said...
of course Joe B did. Of course he did.
That's hilarious to think about. Just the reason why you just said what you just said, all of it that went into that thought there. But on that note, defensive guys very clearly, openly, yes. Outside of Joey B, from what we have seen, offensive guys are saying, what are we doing here? Ty goes to the runner every single time.
That's an interception.
I agree, though. My first reaction and current reaction is that's an interception.
Fast time. Don't slow it down. Look at it. Fast time. Fast time. Bang, bang, pick. It's the same thing with Denzel Ward's pick against T. Higgins.
Bang, bang, pick.
It was a little faster pick. Same thing. Sorry, Buffalo. We have a love-hate relationship, more hate than love, probably, but that's a pick, guys. Sorry.
Hey, they're entering a new era up there, brother. McDermott's
Yeah,
gone.
they are.
McDermott's gone. He's gone.
It is.
New stadium.
That press conference, woo!
Yeah, we need the owners. We need the owners on microphones more. We thought.
Hey,
Bisciotti is the man.
Bisciotti, he's the man. He's the best. He is he's awesome. He's so fun to hang out with.
Do you know him? So you know this guy? I had no idea what this guy was. I think I heard the name. Bisciotti's really good. I'd never seen him. He sits down at that press conference. It's like every word that comes out of this guy's mouth is awesome. I didn't know that. Let's keep this guy talking.
He's amazing. He would be an awesome person to interview and just hang out with. I think he's honestly so cool. I think what's remarkable about him is that he's from Baltimore, raised in Baltimore, still has the same friends, still keeps in contact with them, and has built a monstrosity of a business. And then you can tell he knows football and understands football by the way and how elegant he answers, how just great he answers, being on a podium like that, being in front of press and not having any cards, notes, nothing. He's going to tell you how he sees it, and then he's going to go back to what he loves to do, golf, hang out, and run his team from afar. I think he does an amazing job from top down. The Ravens organization is first class, and I'm excited for whoever they pick as the head coach. They're walking into a great situation.
You're the man, Kyle. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Van
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kyle.
Where was he going? What was he doing?
I don't know.
What was he?
He's running some errands.
Got an Uber to the gas station or something.
Getting a gallon
picked up
of
a couple snacks and
maybe he usually does a walk. Then he got outside.
Too cold.
I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna Uber.
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10:52. It's about to be 11.
That view of the mountains was beautiful, and it feels like everywhere in Utah has one.
Yes, it does.
Like everywhere you are in Utah, it's like somehow a building never blocks a view of an incredible mountain. What a beautiful state.
That lake in the summer.
The salt one?
Yeah.
Oh, Real Salt, the home of the Real Salt Lake.
Yeah.
You're talking about the MLS.
Yeah. Of course.
Real Salt Lake.
That's right.
First thought is
We covered a lot of things there. X's and O's guy, fascinating. Hey, this generation needs to be told exactly why they need to do what they need to do. But if you can do that, you got them. So whenever you start thinking about the interviews that have taken place, how many of these guys exist? Chris Shula, I guess, still out there. Obviously, now he's still coaching in the playoffs. His defense is going to be on display against the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC Championship on Sunday, prime time, Championship Sunday. So I guess we have no idea what's going to take place until after these games end, because a lot of interviews are going to be taking place with the coordinators from the teams that are participating.
Yeah, the Rams specifically, obviously, with Shula. He's the big one left still out there. And then Kubiak, the OC for Seattle, is also a big one. Patriots don't really have anyone. Broncos maybe a little bit, but not a ton. So it's really the Rams who you're looking at after this, as far as coordinators or whatever that can get interviewed in person after this round. But no, there is a lot of teams with a lot of coaching candidates still left out.
Do we know where anybody's going right now?
The rumors, there's some
We knew Harbaugh was going to the Giants.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Like Minter is heavily rumored to go to the Ravens. If you could throw that back up there just so I could, thank you. Minter is heavily rumored to the Ravens, but like other than that, Daboll I know is the favorite to the Bills. Shula is the favorite to the Steelers. I believe Grant Udinski is the favorite to the Browns. He's the Jags OC.
He looks like Johnny Manziel a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Right? Isn't that what everybody's saying?
Yeah.
Like from the one photo they post, it looks like if Johnny
30,
was to
I think.
shave. Yeah,
He
he's-
took like a rolling pin and rolled it over Giant Manziel because I think he's like 6'6". He's a big son of a bitch.
okay, so you do have to, or
Yeah.
maybe they
Stretch
do
him.
the,
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
stretcher
exactly.
that people try to do before
Yeah,
the combine.
four horses, yeah.
Yeah. Does that work, by the way? It would be cool if I could just go to 6'4", 6'5" all of a sudden. And then as a,
You can get
I've been
knee
told if
replacements.
you hang from a bar every day for 2 minutes, you grow 6-7 inches.
some 6 to 7 inches.
I could be.
That's how Wemby got that tall.
Bingo.
He just grew 6-7 inches like the last 4 years
Oh, I didn't know that. Just before the draft, they said maybe we do basketball.
from hanging. Yeah,
Okay.
let's get you
And
tall.
they put weighted ankle braces.
People started doing Pilates pretty heavily. That became like a real thing.
Yeah.
And that's one stretching you, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're strapped in.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah,
and
they
going up
stretch
and
it.
It
down.
looks hard.
Looks very hard.
Yeah.
So much so, I've been too intimidated to even try it.
Yeah.
Looks like yoga with weightlifting. I'm not flexible. I don't know if I can handle what they got going on. But everybody that comes out of Pilates is always like properly
Oh,
fit.
yeah.
yeah,
Great shape.
Yeah, great shape. But they've been strapped into things.
Exactly.
doing all types of stuff.
I did yoga for like a 3-week period. You know, because somebody told me it would help because I haven't been able to touch my toes since I'm a kid. That's why I never got the Presidential Fitness Award because of the blue box.
So stupid.
I couldn't even make to my shin, so it was always a negative number. I never won the presidential one. I won the regular one. I should have won the presidential one every single time.
Stretching's overrated.
Couldn't touch my damn toes. Never been able to do it. Still can't do it. Have to be the only punter in the history of the NFL that can't touch his toes. So I go to yoga one off season because I'm going to get flexible. Pull my hamstring first time in my life. Never doing that again.
Yeah.
Smart.
Boy, it was hot in those hot yogas.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is. It's a good sweat. But then you learn about how that was created by who. Did you ever watch that doc?
No, but that's
Talk pretty crazy.
that's everything.
Yeah, I guess can't really do that anymore.
Who created it?
Somebody that wanted you to know what happened in those hot yogas retreats. I don't
Some
know. I
weirdo.
don't remember what the guy's name was, but it.
He had a
what
lot
was
of
his name?
Koresh in him.
What was his name? There was a run of documentaries there where we were learning a lot about a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Some mafia in Oklahoma. Oh, that's Tulsa.
Yeah, it's Tulsa.
Yeah.
It's not a dog. Or
There might be.
But maybe, though.
we don't know. Hour 2 will be on the other side. We got AJ Hawk joining us and Dana White. First fight 6 weeks coming up this weekend on Paramount Plus. Can't wait for that convo. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We'll see you on the other side.
We have an opportunity to give away $75,000 to a kid named Daniel Villasenor.
Absolutely.
You're a sophomore, correct?
Yeah.
What is your major?
Civil engineering?
Okay, so what's that mean? What is civil engineering?
I don't really know.
Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When? Were you a soccer player?
Soccer player, yeah.
Okay, how were you at kicking soccer balls? Pretty good?
I was okay. I was good.
Have you ever said anything negative about football kickers?
Maybe once or twice.
Daniel! Damn, Daniel! We don't need that. You make a field goal here from 33 yards uphill. You're the civil engineer. You'd have to tell me, I think it's about a 40-yard kick. If you're able to do that, we will give you $75,000.
All right.
He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time? Hey,
A shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces.
He's got
What time did
Vans.
you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
Need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. Wait a second.
Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do one more shot.
One more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort. Come on, you got
in
this.
Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh. Hell yeah!
Great job.
Damn, Daniel! Damn, Daniel! All right.
What just happened? Are you kidding me? It's a foul, man. 11:40 he was there. I know.
600,000 to Hurricane Relief. 100,000 to Daniel. What a morning in Berkeley! Way to go, Daniel.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this championship weekend eve, Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. Our tour of the program begins now. Football! I think I got all the words. And football is the greatest. We have a massive weekend ahead where we will decide our AFC champion and our NFC champion to see who will be battling in the biggest game of the year. Ratings up and to the right for all of ball, including the NFL. We assume the Super Bowl will break numbers that I don't think anybody could have ever predicted. The issue with the numbers now versus the numbers then is there's such a change in consumption habits from people. You know, live sports seemingly the only thing that continues to bring the juice. Got to be there when it happens. You know, streaming has kind of changed it. It's like, all right, I'll get to it whenever I got some time. I don't have to change my life to watch something. Sports, seemingly the only thing that has maintained a sense of got to see it when it happens. Where was I when it happened? And I think the Super Bowl, regardless of who represents the AFC and the NFC, is going to do a number that is going to be outrageous, especially with how popular ball has been. So we're incredibly thankful for these four teams for representing the league in battling it out and maybe getting some luck and certainly some dog mentality to get them to the Sunday that precedes the Super Bowl. The Sunday that tells us there's only 3 games left. We have 2 on Sunday, 1 at the Super Bowl. The Talks of Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Con man, your team's still in it. Congrats to you. 28 teams at home. We started with 32. Counting down to 1. Now we're at 4, almost at a Super Bowl champion. And your team's still in it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. To your point, I wonder if they're doing this on Peacock and NBC, kind of mix in the streaming with the Super Bowl since they have it this year. But yeah, I'm jacked up. When you think about that Super Bowl matchup, I think everybody on here and everybody in the world outside of Colorado should be saying, hey, let's go Pats. Because you don't want to see Jarrett Stidham in the Super Bowl. All right, let's just be honest. Okay, we got 2 of the MVP favorites. The Patriots versus the Rams is a magical Super Bowl matchup. How many times in NFL history has the top 2 MVP candidates faced off in the Super Bowl? I'll tell you. None. And I don't know if that's real. But I'm going to tell you right now that is what everybody wants. Just solid football. And I'm not saying Stidham isn't going to put on a show. I am genuinely concerned about that, especially when the line is moving down to 4.5 when it should be going to 6.5. But still, just can't believe we are here. This is one of the better football days of the year just because it's 2 games. It's 3 o'clock and 6:30. It's great start times. It's great end times. And you're not overwhelmed. It is kind of the last. Wow, we have multiple massive games on the same day. Let's just enjoy the hell out of it and the Patriots to win.
When's the Pro Bowl?
Tuesday of
Tuesday?
Super Bowl.
I thought it was
Tuesday,
Thursday.
Super Bowl week?
Yeah, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday.
So what's the week after championship week before Super? Oh, you know what it is?
What's that?
Royal Rumble.
Duh.
Shut up. Where?
But is it the?
Wait, what
Where?
Royal Rumble?
It's the Riyadh Rumble, right?
I have to go all the way to Riyadh?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, the Triple R.
You, wait, were you? It sounded the way you said that. What you said, where is as if you were excited to go.
Yeah, I've got. I
like an
have
ice cream
to.
truck.
I've never.
Where?
Yeah, it did sound like that.
Never missed one.
That was unbelievable. You certainly have.
Can't wait for Cena to win.
Last year was.
Well, Cena's
He's
retired.
not-
He's not
yeah.
coming
Yeah.
back.
Well, I don't know. I saw
You know
that
who-
Untold documentary that you were in.
It's unreal. Okay,
This guy's the biggest WWE fan I know.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
He's been doing this all week because he's been thinking about Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, that just
You
asked.
just said his name, and what if he would have just popped up right here?
wait, man.
My God, that would have been insane. Where? He's not here, actually. Neither is Cena, even though.
You never
You
know.
never know. Yeah, so that's what the weekend is, right? I guess Royal Rumble, because then that used to be Pro Bowl, right? They slotted that in there
Correct,
that
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Now it is moved to the following. So we have nothing through that weekend football-wise. Is that accurate? No,
I don't think
shouldn't there
so.
be something? I feel like there should be some skills challenge.
Boy,
or-
is on it. It is. I looked. It's on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's in an attic in Ohio. He might have an idea on what should be taking place over the weekend. Maybe Roger Goodell will listen to him. He's the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. He's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, and a Ryder Cup winner. Ladies and gentlemen, that's AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Harker.
Hawker, what are we supposed to do the weekend before the Super Bowl weekend?
I think Tone told us. Tone's been a WWE mark for years and years. So, yeah, he's going to be flying out to Riyadh. I guess he would just, let us know how it's going over there.
Okay, so that's what Tone's doing, and we'll certainly watch. But then when that's done, there's no ball. We got no ball that weekend. Is this the first time they've moved the Pro Bowl to midweek?
I think so, yeah, because usually it was the Thursday and Friday before or whatever it has been. We could watch.
They should do the Radio Row race where guys earn points for the AFC and NFC racing around just in the middle of the day.
Between media members or athletes, like the
I think
players?
they would clear it out, say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, the AFC is currently racing the NFC for Pro Bowl points. What if they just made it throughout a day?
That'd be sweet.
And like a dunk contest downtown, like, hey, we got
I'll watch
AFC
that.
Dunker taking on NFC Dunker. It's 2:30 Eastern on YouTube or something like that. These are for Pro Bowl points that are accumulated through the entire week. Boom. We're at the high dive, maybe.
Jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Boom.
Bingo.
They have Red Bull athletes
People
out
do that
there.
all the time, actually.
Okay, if you do it,
They do.
is that what they're
They
going to do?
do.
Is that the plan? Do we know if that is the plan or what is the plan?
NFL wise, professional wise, I do not know. Those are all really, really good ideas, and I don't know if this tickles anybody's fancy or not. But I do know the Senior Bowl is being played that weekend.
thought so.
Okay, that's good news.
And there's a lot of big names committing right now.
And I am a Senior Bowl
Hall of Famer.
helmet receiver. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. Don't sell yourself short on that one, buddy.
I am pumped about the Senior Bowl. Okay, having its thing happen. I do appreciate that. It feels like names we know are playing in it
Yeah.
because it did feel like all bowl games were about to be non-existent, including Senior Bowl for a while because guys were scared to get hurt. And I don't know if it's more years of college, so guys feel like they're third, fourth rounders who played 6 years of college. So maybe the Senior Bowl is something that can help and show them, and they just feel like they have to play ball or whatever the case. I hope it continues to go up and to the right, especially if the Pro Bowl is going to become a midweek operation, which it feels like it might in the end. And they should think about doing the daily events throughout the days.
Yeah, the daily events would make sense. All of a sudden, we're sitting there doing a show, and we see a couple guys come zooming by and clip a couple people, that didn't really know the race was happening. Yeah, why not?
Justin Jefferson just ran a sprint. Who's he racing against? Oh, it was the AFC. Yeah. NFC's up 2-0. They just raced down Broadway or whatever. Yeah, it would at least, and then the guys only need to be Pro Bowlers for what? 30 minutes. We just need you at your event.
Yep.
And then he can kind of go do it. Something to think about, just kind of take over the whole week. Got a March Madness like of events and challenges of AFC versus NFC. And then do they ever play football? Probably not, right?
I just got a text from a reliable source. Pro Bowl Tuesday is Super Week. It's a flag game in the convention center.
What?
Wow, what time?
Hold on, let me ask the other guy or my source.
Okay. Okay, that's Stanford Steve letting us know. He might be on the call. Is the other guy on the call?
Oh, they've played center.
He might be. Yeah, is he doing a
All-time
snap?
center.
Have to go under center. No shotgun.
Yeah. Get in here.
No cup, guys. No cup. I'm wearing boxers.
Utter Cup's in great shape right now. I would not be surprised if that was the case. We can't wait to celebrate the Pro Bowl over there in Santa Clara / San Francisco as we will spend Wednesday, Thursday, Friday live from Radio Row at the Super Bowl. Radio Row is obviously a very exciting time. It's very chaotic. The shows are insane, and it's a celebration of ball and a celebration of another season for us. So we can't wait to get out there. I don't know if we're going to be there for the Tuesday one, though. I might have to change plans.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, might have to get out there for the 8 p.m. That's Eastern?
Probably.
5 p.m.
probably.
local. Think about that. 5 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Inside.
Good place is going to be packed.
What if it does look not good?
I guess if it's a convention center.
It looked cool. The last 2 times I think they've done it, they did a little convention center, like the throw-in
Is
thing.
Dano throwing?
Yeah.
Isn't it normally like a beach tournament or whatever, or like a beach game, like somebody has?
I don't know if
There's
it
a
was
beach
last
one during
year.
the Super Bowl. Usually, like Snoop Dogg hosts.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
there's
saying.
that one.
That's normally the week
Yeah.
of Super Bowl game that happens in the shit. Like I think the beach one happened.
Yeah.
I remember Drewski running out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is taking place at a beach one?
Sounds like it is. I think the other ones looked always good because it was at like a Disney property. So, you probably got a lot of people that are going to the park anyway. And it's just like, oh, yeah, hour and a half. Like, we'll go over there and then we'll go back to, Epcot.
Tuesday.
I don't know how many people are going to be driving down to this convention center in San Francisco on a Tuesday night to watch a flag football game.
Okay, so you're saying not good turnout.
I don't think so. But
What
who
do you
knows?
think,
But isn't it?
Connor?
It's part of the whole fan convention thing. Remember, there's always like the big fan fest that goes on
Tuesday.
around the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we know.
no.
You remember, because we went out there. What did we get? We went out there Monday night one time.
And there's nobody there. Yeah.
It's going to be
LA.
The internet's telling me it's it's going to be in the Moscone Center, which is the convention center, with a compact field and a large ballroom.
Okay, so
It's
They don't need a whole
previewing.
lot.
It's,
You don't
it's
need a bunch.
previewing Olympic flag football. So I don't know if they're doing like same rules, same size as the Olympic flag football.
how many seats?
Oh, okay, let me look.
If it's a ballroom, it can't be too many.
Yeah, it'll look like it'll hopefully
You could
look
bust.
packed.
They'll bust kids in too if you need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll
That'll
be
look-
jammed.
Yeah, especially with all superstars
Yeah.
playing. What's that, Ty? What's your problem?
I mean, you know what? They could just say, hey, we don't give a fuck about this thing anymore. That's why we're moving it to the Tuesday night of Super Bowl week at 5 o'clock, because we don't give a shit. None of the players do.
It says the main ballroom, you could get 4,000 people in their seats. I don't know if that's what the football field is or not.
That's
though.
not with a football field in there.
Yeah, well, it's an Olympic-sized flag football field. We do
Do we
not
know
know
the
that.
Dems?
We don't know the Dims. We don't know the Dims. You got to hope. Well, I guess inside there'll be no precip. So
That's huge.
that
No
is a
precip.
huge.
You're right.
There'll be no. Did you learn anything about the cold that is coming to the United States of America Midwest?
I saw a couple trees online. People saying, "Hey, things are starting to explode over here."
Yeah, Bob Ray sent me a tweet. It looked like he could have maybe Googled this too. Which kind of worries me a little bit. But fact that trees could do that without getting lightning through them is crazy. And also, let's keep our heads on a swivel out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, let's maybe not go out there. See, this is the difference between like warm states and where I have lived my whole life. There's just times where it's not legal to go outside.
Don't go out there.
Hey, humans aren't supposed to go outside. And you don't get to control how many days those are. Like, this is about to be one of those. It's nowhere near the end.
No.
We're going to have more of these.
Yep.
There's more on the way. It makes you think to yourself, man, living in the cold, you got to be tougher than people who live in the warm.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
But also, man, the warm people aren't kind of controlled by the sky nearly as much as we are. What does that do to the kind of mindset and mental of people? Because we are confined to homes throughout large portions of months during these times. And this is going to be another one. This seems like it's about to be another one coming through.
Well, and that's what's crazy is because typically when you are from this type of climate, like even if it's super cold, like you're still like, hey, if I got to go do something, I'll go outside. I'll get my car. I'll do it. When you can't go outside when there's no precip, that's really saying something because it's usually the precip that's kind of hindering you from doing whatever it is you got to do.
Yeah, it does get slippy everywhere. And then just getting to where you got to get to gets a little bit slippy.
You learn a lot about yourself when you can't leave your house.
Yeah, it's called house arrest.
Bingo. Tried it before? No. Me either.
Sound like you're really sure of that.
Well, COVID.
Maybe let's go ahead and run a background check. Yeah, definitely.
There it is.
The COVID times were certainly, house arrest for a lot of folks, which I assume that'll have some long form effect on somebody somewhere. I don't know. Happy we're all okay, by the way. We made it.
Yep.
We made it.
Let's go.
We made it. We all did. Everybody's watching. You made it. Hard times. It's going to be tough to explain that time to anybody out there. It's going to be tough to explain that. Speaking of a time, has Travis Kelce's time come and went in the NFL? A lot of people were saying maybe that was what was going to happen. Travis Kelce's got a lot going on off the field. He's got a mega deal with his New Heights podcast where he gets to hang out and talk shop with his brother. Obviously, he and the biggest star on earth are off and running to get married and start a family, and her celebrity is not going down ever, So, business for Travis Kelce in the NFL, going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's accrued a lot of success, a lot of money for himself. Everything that he has done has been good. Resume certified, off the field, very good right now. So this would be the right time potentially to just go ahead and say, you know what? I'll bid you adieu and I will move on. Then Travis Kelce says this on New Heights and makes me wonder, is the Travis Kelce football show about to enter another era?
It looks like Eric Bieniemy will be back with the Kansas City Chiefs. Trav, you and I have talked about this a lot. I know EB was a huge part of this offensive success for a while in Kansas City. How do you feel about this?
I think it's great. It's a marriage that's going to pick up right where it left off. You can see those running backs over in Chicago. Their body of work was definitely a Eric Bieniemy style of football, man.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to see him back in the building, man. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, one of my favorite people of all time. I've had so many unbelievable growing moments under him as a player, as a person. I just love the guy. It's going to be awesome to see him back in the building and see him back wearing the Chiefs logo, baby.
It'll be interesting to see what he learned while with Ben Johnson. I'd be picking EB's brain. I'd be like, yo, man, what'd you learn? What do you think? And then I also how has EB changed as a coach? Is he going to rip his shirt off? Are we going to see a shirtless EB after a game? Hyping the offense up? I want to see it, Bieniemy. I want to see those tits out.
Maybe he's elevated. He's taking his game to new heights in that regard. Yeah. I'm excited for him to
new tits
get back in it with the Chiefs, man. Excited to see, how everything unfolds next year. It'll be awesome to see him back with the Chiefs.
Jason Kelce nailing it per usual. Yeah. Anyway, just keep batting 1,000, brother. And on that note, I can't wait to see him back in the building.
Yep.
What does that mean? Like from the outside looking at the building, him walking around, he can't wait to peek through the windows and see Bieniemy walking through. Or does that mean what did you hear there, AJ? Ohio guy, you think he's back?
Yeah, to me, it felt like Trav saying, hey, guys, here we go. I cannot wait for another fun season with the Chiefs.
Congratulations, Trav. That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Now,
That's how I took it.
He's allowed to make any decision that he wants. He's earned it, and obviously he can make any announcement he wants. But him saying that and then that going out, he knows that people are going to immediately think to themselves, wait, you're going to be back in the building then? That's what that means? We're excited for that. We would like the Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes show to continue to roll on, but we understand that life after ball is certainly waiting, and I think it's going to be fantastic as well. So we're excited for you, Trev. You've earned it, by the way. You've earned this opportunity to be able to do this. Now, let's talk about earning something. Whenever you invest in a business or you sell people into investing into a business that maybe a lot of people look down upon, and a lot of people say, well, how will that ever become profitable? And then you turn that into a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate over a certain amount of time and never, ever back down from who you are. I like to consider you one of the greatest American dream stories of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the president of UFC, with just a couple days remaining before their 6-week layoff, which is abnormal for this company. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White.
Yeah, Dana!
How are you, dude?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Okay, I know you're a Miami dad now, so I saw you down there at the National Championship, up in the suite, sitting right next to Mr. President. Obviously, we will dive into you potentially having some fights in his front lawn and all that type of stuff, but what were your thoughts on the National Championship, and how else have you been spending this 6-week hiatus from UFC fights? You guys were pumping out fights, every weekend, every Tuesday, every Wednesday for like 10 years, it felt like, so 6-week layoff here. How have you been spending your life? You look good. You look good. I want to let you know that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was the game. Everybody was telling me when I was going to the game, boy, you're not going to have fun tonight at this game. Basically that it was going to be a blowout. It was a great game. Went right down to the wire. Obviously not the outcome we hoped for, but it was a fun game. And then for the last 6 weeks, it's been great for my team, to get some time off. But everybody's been grinding on the launch for Paramount. We're launching Zuffa Boxing on Friday and then the UFC on Saturday on Paramount Plus. But it's been great. It's been fun. Everybody's fired up. And we're already really happy that we did this deal with Paramount and CBS. These people have been great to us.
Paramount and CBS have been getting bigger and bigger into not only the content world, they've been spending a lot of money on content, but also into live sport. Now they're dabbling with the UFC. Obviously, we appreciate you getting these deals done for the good of all of sport. You know, the more platforms that are doing live sport, the better for all of us, Dana. So let's, you know what I'm saying, Dana? Let's.
I do.
Yeah. So I appreciate the hell out of you. Now, on that note, you have a big card coming up here for Paramount Plus. Obviously, anytime you got Patty to Batty a part of it, people are going to get excited. Sugar Sean coming back a little bit more mature, it seems like. Yeah. Sugar Sean, the way I heard him answering a question about something he was calling, that was just a little joke that got taken way out of the way. I apologize. Different than how we would have seen him in the past. Gaethje, obviously, on the card as well. What are you expecting from the first Paramount Plus card here this weekend? And what are you excited about, Dana?
Yeah, it's all about matchmaking and these fights. You got Gaethje and Patty who are in the top 5 fighting for the interim title to see who will face Ilia Topuria. Gaethje's never been in a bad fight ever, and Patty Pimblett is everybody. He's always the underdog when he goes in, yet he's undefeated in the UFC and always figures out a way to win. O'Malley loves to stand up and strike and knock people out. He's taking on Song Yadong, who loves to do the same thing. That fight should be fireworks. It's a great card, and we believe that it's an incredible first card on Paramount Plus. No more pay-per-view. What it would cost you for a pay-per-view last year, you can pay for the whole year on Paramount Plus. And the other thing about Paramount Plus is not only do you get everything UFC, but you get tons of great TV shows and entertainment and movies. I mean, Landman and Mobland are 2 of the best shows on television, period. You should get on Paramount Plus just for those.
Okay, so I like to sell. I appreciate the partnership you have with Paramount Plus, and I agree with you, by the way. Landman, I got introduced to Landman via Jerry Jones knocking it out of the park. Yep. And that's how I got introduced to the show. And then obviously taking trips down to Texas Tech and Texas A&M. Fascinated by it all. Started watching. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Mobland, incredible. I believe we talked about it earlier today.
Yeah, Tulsa
King's on there. Sly Stallone's on there.
Mayor of Kingstown.
Paramount Plus spending a lot of money, brother. A lot of money to get, bigger real estate in the entire game. And you said no more pay-per-view. Let's talk about that. Because Gaethje did come out and chit-chat about maybe the finances of the entire situation. Are you still trying to figure out how this all works in this non-pay-per-view world? Like, how do you kind of view the evolution of going from what you were to what is now? Because this feels like a big step for your company. Legitimately, Dana. It feels like a big step.
We completely have it dialed in. We got really smart kids that came in and told, they can get down within, single digits on how close it would be to pay them like it was a pay-per-view. And Gaethje, without getting into all that stuff, Gaethje was offered more money, and Gaethje never responded.
Okay, so obviously there's behind the scenes of business deals. I hope you and Gaethje figure it out. But the main event of the first card, okay, good. On the main event of the first card on Paramount Plus in this new world, didn't love hearing that there was any type of potential drama, but you guys figuring it out, good news. We appreciate you getting into this new space because I think obviously it opens up to a lot more people to watch your sport. How do you feel about where your sport is right now? Because I don't even think people know MMA. They just know UFC. How do you feel? You got multiple stars on here, let alone Lewis. You got multiple stars on the card. How do you kind of envision UFC over the next few years with this Paramount Plus deal?
Yeah, we're going to continue to create young, up-and-coming talent that we think, have the potential to be world champions. We're going to put on the best fights we can possibly put on. And I think that, with this platform now that costs less than a pay-per-view for the year, we'll bring in more fans and introduce more people to the sport, and some people that might have fell off because it was too expensive in the past. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, as you should be. Now let's talk about a new chapter for you as well. Zuffa, you talk about building stars and kind of doing something to a sport. It feels like that hasn't happened in a long time. You come from the boxing world. Nick Khan grew up in Vegas. Boxing was his favorite sport. Obviously with TKO alongside with Ari and Mark, obviously in the promotional business, and teaming up with Turkey and I believe Crown Prince. God bless him. Feels like you're the right people to maybe take a run at boxing right now. How do you feel about where you are?
Everything is about timing.
Okay.
And the timing is absolutely perfect right now. And I agree. And we're going to, literally going to start and build the sport from the bottom up, the way that I always wanted to do it. And again, it's about finding the best fighters in the world, and it's about matchmaking. You know, if you look at this card, our first card, the whole card's combined record is 227-9, right? The top 3 fights, all the fighters are undefeated. So everybody in boxing is undefeated right now. At the end of 2026, a lot of O's are going to go. And if you're still undefeated in the next couple of years, it actually means something that's going to be special.
Okay, so that feels like if I go back to the Muhammad Ali, what was the act that they were trying to
Revival?
The Revival Act or something like that, where promoter, manager, something along the lines, you being able to start basically a new association. Has everything gone the way that Zuffa has needed it to go to be able to build this and run this how you guys envisioned? And ultimately, in your guys' eyes, and I am a believer because I've heard you guys talk about it off air, but there's obviously some detractors, save sport and make sport bigger than there's ever been. Like, is everything aligned to be able to do that right now with whatever happened in government? What was that, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Is everything?
Yeah. Oh, the Ali Act. Yeah.
Yeah.
They voted yesterday. The vote was, what was it? 34 to 3 or 34 to 4 or something like that. It's all going good. Everything's great. Leading up to the launch, everything has been great. We're really happy, and we're actually having fun doing it.
Okay, congratulations. That's a huge deal for you guys. Congrats. I can't wait to watch you get back into it.
So everybody on the Pat McAfee Show, I don't know if Pat told you guys this, but we're up in the president's box, at the national championship, and he says, "Mr. President, me and my team would like to cover the UFC White House event. We want to be there. We want to cover it." And the president gave him the thumbs up and said yes.
Yes, he did. Okay, so I'm happy you were there as well. So obviously, I'm happy you remember this because there's a lot going on in there. And I was invited up to the suite at halftime of the game, calling the game, by the way. Did you know I was calling the game? I'm literally calling the game from the field, okay? So we get a text from Secret Service. Mike Foss gets a text from Secret Service that goes, hey, the president would like to invite Pat up to his suite if he has time. 8:15 would be good. And Mike Foss comes up to me, he goes, hey, the president would like you to potentially come up to the suite if you want to. 8:15. I look at the clock. I'm like, we're in the middle of a...
It was like 8:10.
Yeah, like, we're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of the game right now.
Quarter.
I was like, is there any other times or whatever? So they handle it. They're like, halftime. Would you like to go up there at halftime? And I'm like, yeah, sweet. That'll be cool. So then Secret Service has this thing set up basically for me to sprint from where I'm at up into there to get this entire thing to go in. And as soon as I walk in, it's like, holy shit, full chaos. I literally just got done calling this, sprint through the entire thousands of people, and then I get in there and it's like, holy hell, what is this? And I see bald head. I'm like, Dane, is it good? I got a friend in here. Good news. Okay, I got somebody I know in here because I didn't really know anybody else. I saw Jake over there. Fascinating. Huh?
That's the first time we ever met face to face.
Okay, not terrible.
Well, we're not going to act like idiots in front of the president of the United States.
That's good. Okay, so anyway, so I turn the corner, I get down in there, and that's everybody that was in there in the room. So I turn the corner. There's like a line of people to meet him, but I was kind of told like, hey, we know you got to rush, so like you can certainly cut. I'm cutting people. I'm cutting like, I guess there's a governor's candidate in there, cut right in front of him, just like, hey, yeah, you're good. I'm like, geez, Louise, I got to go call the game. So then he stands up and I go, Mr. President, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're obviously very grateful. And, it was huge. And he immediately goes, I heard it did well. Like, obviously goes right into it. And it was like, yeah, great to see you. Then I started talking about the White House fight. And then I said to him, like, hey, would love to be able to do show from White House for the fight or whatever. And he goes, really? And then I go, good? And he goes, yeah. And then he shakes the hand. I go, good. I hope somebody got that on there. So we are excited for that. But on that note, you said you're going to start making that card, right? Didn't you say you're going to start making that card? When is that? After this?
I'm making that card on Monday. And as soon as I got back to Vegas, I told Lene, I said, Lene, Pat shot his shot up there in the box, and the president said yes. So let's get it done.
We landed the plane. Okay, I'm happy to hear you got that. Live from the White House is an absurd thing. Okay, just as a program
everyone does
started in a basement. So, go ahead.
So yesterday, my team, they put together, we come up with a whole plan for production, how it's going to work. My head of production, Craig Borsari, has been working with the White House, for a couple months now. and they build this video rendering of like every tree that's on the property and all this stuff. It's exactly the way it is. We can literally the sun, how the sun will hit the seats at certain times, what it'll look like when it's dark.
Crazy.
This is going to be so badass.
Yeah,
it is. And it's a one of one in our lifetime to be able to do something like that. And Pat, absolutely brilliant as usual by you to take your shot that night in the box. And for you and your team to come be a part of this, it's going to be something that you will never forget for the rest of your life.
Okay,
considering all the things that you've done and all the great things you've been a part of, this is going to be special.
Yeah, America's 250 years old. Okay, we did it.
Yep.
Okay, that's a long time being a country, and not often sports with White House happen, other than like championship teams go there. I obviously didn't get a chance to do that, so now that we're going to be live from the White House for this, have you? Okay, and now I got to ask this follow-up because fight fans would be pissed if I didn't. So I heard you did an interview. I forget who it was. I apologize. You'll probably remember who it was, where you talked about the Chandler-Conor McGregor fight, and you're like, that's old news. Chandler comes out and says he's going to keep optimism about it. You, to be completely transparent at this point, as much as you want to be at least, how empty slate is that card? Or do you already have in your head what you're hoping to happen, and then you just kind of got to make it happen? Like where are you in the development of the card? Because I know that's a massive ordeal for all parties.
So my entire focus right now is on the launch this weekend. I got boxing on Friday, the UFC on Saturday. Sunday, I'm watching the Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
And then Monday, we're all in on the White House fight. We don't have anything laid out. Nothing. It'll all start Monday.
Okay. All right.
And no disrespect to Chandler. We love Chandler. Chandler's one of the... You don't have enough time in your show for me to talk to you about how awesome Chandler is. And you know how I feel about Conor and everything that he's done for the sport and this company. But yeah, that's not the fight we're going with.
Go ahead, AJ.
Dana, I mean, I know you're saying that's not the fight, but is there anything, I know Conor's been publicly asking for this, he wants to be on the card. Is there anything that you're looking for him to do to prove that he's responsible, he can be the guy to headline that card?
Conor and I have a great relationship. We talk a lot, through text. And he's definitely in the running for this fight.
Okay, I like that. I feel like we could keep prying, but I don't want to. Don't want to do it.
You can pry. If there's anybody that I would lay it out and say it to, it would be you.
Yeah, for the good.
Honest to God, on my daughter, all this starts on Monday.
Okay, you're the man. All right, and also we appreciate you saying that, but also for your good too, because I remember we had Turkey on, and Turkey started saying things, and you were like, "Yeah, we can wait to make these announcements separately.
Not finalized yet.
We can kind of run a business here if we'd like to do that." Now, speaking of business, big decision was made by you. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Dana, I am 37 years old, but a lot of people would say I'm an old soul. Okay, and the start time now for the main event for the main card being 9 p.m. is huge. I can't thank you enough. Is that something that we can look forward to moving forward, or is that based on geographical? How did we come to this decision?
That was a Paramount call.
Nice.
Paramount wanted to go an hour earlier. They thought it was great for the East Coast. I remember when I lived on the East Coast, Monday Night Football was brutal. Mm-hmm. So yes, Paramount call.
Okay, so we like that, by the way.
Yeah,
I have kid, we're old, but I know you're West Coast, Vegas. You got to do the entirety. Ty has a question for you, Dana.
Yeah, Dana, obviously you guys have...
Well, you know what? The West Coast likes it, too, because if you come to the fight, right, and we bang the fight out, fight usually ends at 10. Now it's going to end at 9. You can still go out in Vegas and go to dinner. You can go hang out. It works for both coasts.
Add another night of doing stuff, because normally club, bar, night before UFC fight run into night, we all pass out immediately afterwards. Now we got 2 nights of doing stuff. 2 nights of beating the casino.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, Dana, aren't we? We're going to beat them every time we go in. Is that what you're doing? These motherfuckers are filming gambling with you. They win every time. Is that what you see? Mm-hmm. Am I the only one seeing this?
I see it every time.
Oh, no, I see it.
What's the question?
Everybody wins when they gamble with you. Is that every fucking time, or is that the only time I see the video? Because I feel like every video, multiple different people, different genres of the internet, all doing the same thing. Is that every time, or are the losers just being bought by you?
So the craziest night ever. So Taylor Lewan comes to Vegas. He's never lost with me. Taylor Lewan is over 2 million, 2.5 million, whatever his number is. He's never lost. So he's telling, he's telling Dave Portnoy, You don't lose. You go in and you tell him how much you want to win, and he wins it. And Dave Portnoy's like, I want to win $1 million. And he's like, well, you have to be realistic. So Portnoy shows up ready to shit all over fucking everything, right? You know him.
Yes.
So they literally have the entire Barstool company there. And we start playing, and I want to say, right, boom, Portnoy, $150,000, right? So Portnoy's like, I'm out. He takes the $150,000. And then, then he's got all of his employees like, all right, him. So Portnoy would put up the $10,000 for him, $20,000 for him, $30,000 for him, and went through the entire fucking company and won them all money.
See, that's what I'm saying. What is the deal? So you are winning all the time. I don't think I understand it. I think I'm impressed. I watched that movie 21 with those MIT kids.
Yep.
That was incredible to do. Are you doing that? No, that's like, how are you? Because you've been kicked out of places. I know you've been kicked out of places.
Nobody would let me play if I was doing that, believe me.
Okay, so you just have a
casinos
feel?
are much smarter than that. I'm on a run right now since September. It is the biggest run of my life by double.
Congratulations, man. He sounds like you. Hey, way to go. Hey, proud of you, man. Proud of you, man. When am I going to be in Vegas? We need, 1.2?
Is it only Vegas that you win in, or can you win in any casino in any state?
Yeah, can you come out here to Harris down here? Terre Haute?
We got really nice ones out
Terre Haute, Indiana.
So I tell people all the time, yes, I agree. I tell people all the time, if you're going to play, like you really like to play, jump on a plane and go to Vegas and then fly back home right after. Vegas is better. There's more competition out here. You can cut better deals for yourself than playing in these podunk fucking places.
Well said.
I did beat, what's fascinating? When you go down to Florida, the Hard Rock, that place is packed. And it's like the biggest money-making casino in the world. It's one of the, if not the one. And everybody there hates that place. Like, all they do is say, I hate it here. I hope you kick their ass. So I went in there. It was sometime last year, and I beat them. And
did you walk out with a title?
I walked out. No, I didn't walk out with something, but I beat them and I left. Yeah. I did beat the Hard Rock.
That would be cool if you got Rudied out of there.
Yeah.
Rudy. The people, have been losing to the Hard Rock Seminole for a long time. This guy's our here. Yeah, Rudy. Yeah, you got it. Okay, all right, good. That'll happen at the White House, man. You're the best. We appreciate you joining us. Good luck this weekend with Zuffa and Paramount Plus lunch.
Thanks for having me, boys. Have a great day.
You too. Cheers, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dana White.
Hey, Dana.
Does seem to win a lot, huh?
Every time I see a clip.
He says because he leaves, I've listened to him like kind of explain. He said, I'm not out here for 3 days and I got to sit and play for every. He's like, I get up a certain amount, boom, I go home.
Yeah, but how about him saying he won for everybody in the company? Like, hey,
how's that?
Needs $20,000 just back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
How?
I don't know.
I guess you got to be willing to lose a good chunk to get it back, I guess.
Because remember, we got tickets to the Sphere to go watch
U2.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we basically said
Sphere is awesome. Sphere is really cool.
What do we pay? $40,000, $60,000? $60,000 or whatever. I was talking about it for the suite that we were in. Sphere is awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It was cool. The way it was utilized, we were certainly wondering what the hell was going on. But the Sphere was awesome, and the amount of money we paid was insane. Dana's first reaction was like, "How much was it?" $6,000. Come to the blackjack table, and I'll get you that back. No problem. Like, what's that? I just tell you a number? Yeah. What do you need? All right. Well, 70,000 at least, because we don't want meals here. We got some meals here.
Vitamins.
80,000, 90,000, 100,000, 150,000,
Yeah,
250,
300, 450.
So where is the cutoff, And that's why he said there, you just got to be realistic. Portnoy immediately going, I want to win $1 million. Dana's like, okay, of course you do. Everybody does. Let's go ahead and do that. Taylor Lewan being over $2.5 million.
That's insane.
He's one of the ones I see, though.
I love going out there.
Yeah, babe, I got to go to Vegas. You know what it is. Investment time.
Yeah.
And we're off. Trip. And it is unbelievable. Every time I see it. And then they're not the only ones. The Nelk boys, I think, post that they do it. Mm-hmm. Other streamers post that they do it. It's like everybody goes in there and he just
it doesn't work for us when we go out there?
I don't know if we're sitting with him.
Be at the wrong table.
I think we got to be with him. Okay. But he can only do it in a couple of different casinos because he's been booted from so many casinos because of what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Casinos don't necessarily love you just beat them. No. That ain't something that they're just like, hey, yeah, come on in. Bring all your
friends. Think Bill could win $1 million with him? You think you get Bill to win $1 million?
No.
If he cuts his hands off and his tongue out.
Yeah, so he couldn't do any. So he couldn't even.
Can't hit. He can't say.
But his nub would still.
Yeah, wouldn't count. No nub.
I think you just have to tape him.
Okay.
Nub would still hit on 20.
Sir, you have 7. I'll stay.
Yeah, Bill McComas certainly is an outlaw on that blackjack table, and he told us that he wasn't doing it on purpose. He just didn't know. But then whenever we were trying to tell him like what he's doing is not even a smart dumb move.
He's a stubborn son of a bitch, is what he is.
We made progress last time we went.
Yeah, I think he read the book. He said.
Yeah, we told him like, hey, you just shut your mouth. And if one of us is like, hey, do what you want to do, then you can do your stupid shit.
There is some just like, and I don't like coaching people up at the blackjack table. I don't like doing it. It's your money. You do what you got to do. There are others, we're hearing them talk right now, that certainly like to chat about.
Got to be coachable.
Yeah, well, certainly, but not everybody feels that way, obviously. I've seen those situations go not good with people, and it's like, hey, it's their money. They're allowed to do whatever they want. You know, I am a blackjack player. I enjoy it over there, but I am not one that goes like, what are you doing? Until afterwards. Like with Bill, it was like, Bill, you were staying on like 14, okay, when an 8 is showing, just like not even an aggressive, smart move. Like
you're going to lose.
That is not there's no way you really win there. So like it's just a bad idea. You got to at least qualify your hand to potentially win. Like that should be the only thing. Afterwards, not during the game. And he said, I play my own style. I'm like, all right, this fucking guy. Yeah. All right. You know, so there's
it can impact the other players at the table.
Certainly can. And I've seen people get very mad, and I understand why they're mad because I potentially got screwed by the decision as well. But I don't know, random people, I don't think you should just be coaching.
Never to a stranger, but Bill.
I've seen people try to do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, people do that all the time. But I like the people that will ask. They'll say, hey, what should I do here? And other people tell them, hey, well, the book says do this.
So if you're asking for genuine curiosity, because the 2 guys that I'm referring to in my head that got into an actual physical altercation, it was 1 and 4, I think, were the numbers of it all, and I was sitting at 2, you know, so I actually in the middle of it. Conversation starts happening, and then he started asking him, oh, what should I do, blackjack genius? You know, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, oh, geez.
And then,
Okay.
Yeah, and then got up. I turn around the whole thing. It happens. Shut down table. Got to get up, move. They have a full scrap. So I'm not big on the whole yelling at people you don't know at the blackjack table. But I like that Dana White just rents out an entire floor.
Yeah.
Since we're going to win $2.5 million here.
Yeah, sit down.
Paramount Plus, 9 o'clock start. That is a big deal. And they got some big names over there. Excited for that. Then we get leads into championship weekend. There's been some conversations around which coaches are going where at the exact moment. What coach is going to win the Coach of the Year? The AP Award finalists have been named, and we are lucky that we have one of the AP voters right here.
Yeah.
In our presence right now, AJ Hawk. And I would like to throw it over to this man. Did they get it right? Did you get it right? How did you feel about your particular ballot whenever the actual finalists were named? And is there any storylines in the awards that we need to keep an eye on?
Yeah, so there was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories total. I had 4 out of the 5 guys in 7 of the 8. Comeback Player of the Year, 5 out of 5. There was no real surprises in that category. I think one of the main things that we were talking about, and like mainly Connor and I were talking about when we first got in here and saw these, was Offensive Player of the Year, because Drake May is one of the Offensive Player of the Year finalists. And this is a weird one. So last year, Saquon won Offensive Player of the Year. Josh Allen won MVP, was not in the Offensive Player of the Year finalists, but Lamar and Joe Burrow were. So this is a weird one because it's like, hey, the MVP is a quarterback award. Everyone knows that, okay? That's kind of what it is now. So do you vote a quarterback in your Offensive Player of the Year finalist? That's the biggest question. That's kind of the
Well, if you're doing that, that means you're voting Stafford MVP.
Correct.
Yes.
Bingo. So last year, a lot of people had Lamar Offensive Player of the Year because they had Josh Allen as the MVP.
And what they said was, it's such a good season.
Yeah.
You got to win something, but more votes are going to the MVP for Stafford. This would indicate probably that Stafford is the MVP and that Drake might have accrued enough votes to potentially get the Offensive Player of the Year.
Potentially, because I remember last year you're going, so wait, there's a world where Saquon doesn't win anything, which he did. He did end up winning the Offensive Player of the Year, but
Lamar didn't.
Correct.
Yes.
So Lamar didn't win anything. So that was one of them. Daniil Hunter wasn't in the top 5 for Defensive Player of the Year, which I just didn't agree with because I thought he was one of the best 5.
Who would you have taken out?
The one in blue.
Oh, Aiden Hutchinson?
Come on.
What are you talking about?
He had a great year. He had a great year. But I just thought Danielle Hunter had a better year.
Yeah, so both Houston's ends would have been represented, which I guess is good for what the season they had. No New England Patriots on there for Defensive Player of the Year finalists.
Yeah, no, especially just because the main guy, Milton Williams, didn't. He missed a lot of time, and Christian Gonzalez. Another cool thing is McCaffrey. McCaffrey's nominated for 3 of these awards, which I think is the first time ever.
Yeah, everybody's like reporting it like we think this is the first time ever. We aren't 100% sure. Like even Schefter was like believed to be the first time you have been nominated or somebody has been nominated for 3 different awards. Comeback Player of the Year, you forget about that. You forget about last year where 4 days before the games start, we learned that Christian McCaffrey probably not playing football, and then the Niners go into the dumps. And then this year, he is the entire offense basically for the San Francisco 49ers. Through a lot of injuries, none to Christian McCaffrey. He continued to carry them out there.
This was a lot of really good finalists for the Comeback Player of the Year. Any of these guys in any other season probably could have won it. And the big talking point last year was that it went from, hey, you needed to actually be dealing with something to be Comeback Player of the Year, and not Joe Flacco, who was just not in the league and then came back, because that changed after the Joe Flacco, DeMar Hamlin thing.
Trevor had injury to...
he had a bunch of it. He had a shoulder and I want to say it was a knee or something. He missed a bunch. Obviously, Diggs had the ACL. Hutch had the entire leg. Dak was out for the majority. I think he played like 5 games last year too. These were all worthy Comeback Player of the Year.
And then the Coach of the Year candidacy. What are your thoughts, Ty Schmidt? Honestly, you look at 2 of the championship coaches are there. McVay and Sean Payton not up for Coach of the Year, probably because they've been successful for too long, maybe is kind of the old adage with the Coach of the Year deal.
Yeah, I assume so. And I mean, I don't know, just looking at this year, it seems like is one of the harder years that we've ever had given to these, just because no one would have expected the Jags to do what they did this year. I don't think many people thought that Ben Johnson would have turned around the Bears the way they did. And then, I mean, Vrabel, same deal. You know, I think maybe he won't win because he had so much success in Tennessee and kind of everyone knows. But you could make an argument for any of these guys, and I don't think anyone would be shocked if any one of these candidates won.
And more, not just these guys. Right. There's a lot of good coaching, a lot of ass coaching, but a lot of really good coaching as well.
As a Patriots fan, I think you can understand the Stafford May thing. For the Coach of the Year, it does feel as though Vrabel should 1,000% win this. I am more passionate about him winning this award than May winning MVP. We don't have a GM. He is the GM. Every single player that came in, and I know this is just coaching, but this goes into it. All the players that came from, free agency, Milton Williams, Chase on that we're kind of seeing now being an absolute stud in the playoffs and all year getting much better, is because of Mike Vrabel. Like, sure, Mike McDonald, amazing coach. He's also calling plays. Has Schneider, like what Mike Vrabel has done as a coach and as kind of the de facto GM as well, has been, second to none. And he's the whole reason we're here.
Yeah, it is certainly a tough award to win this particular season. Kyle Shanahan, obviously the only really tenured coach at his particular place of business up on there. McVay every year could be in.
McVay, yes. I thought D'Amico could have been on here. Obviously, Sean Payton could have been on here. There was a lot of coaches this year.
Oh, yeah. D'Amico, they started 0-3.
Yep.
Turned it around.
Yeah, they're only the second team ever.
Kyle Shanahan acts as GM alongside John Lynch as well, I think.
Very collaborative, I would assume.
Kind of talked about it as if Lynch reports to Shanahan.
Correct.
So I guess outside of Vrabel running show there, Supreme Commander, I think the reason why the Vrabel story is so special just because they were ass last year.
Dead. The whole thing.
But then you see Liam Cohen and it's like
ass.
Also, Vrabel shouldn't be there. He should not be the coach of the Patriots. He should be the head coach of the Titans still.
Tennessee Titans. He should be the Supreme Commander of the Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm. What he's doing. Have they ever done a co-coach of the year? Put 2 of them up there?
Yeah, because McDonald,
you
called his shot.
Didn't they do co-MVPs one time?
So you can't vote like that, but if they have the same amount of points, I assume they could be awarded that.
I guess you just have to look at how far their teams made it. This championship run for Vrabel and for McDonald, I think should be considered a big deal, but it's supposed to be a regular season award, isn't it?
Yeah, that's already.
Which stinks, which they should change. And I understand, there are players that didn't, Hutch. We just talked about Dak in Comeback Player of the Year. There are guys that don't make it who are our finalists, but they need to include the playoffs because it does matter. If the Patriots lost in the first round or if the Rams lost in the first round, I feel like there would be people that would change their MVP just because of that fact.
I think they got to get it in ahead of time. There's some scheduling stuff that obviously can be changed, whatever the case. I know that the AP voters take it very seriously. The Offensive Rookie of the Year, also finalist named. We haven't hit that yet. Jackson Dart. Igbuka, who was the guy for Tampa for some time. Trevion Henderson. Teteroa McMillan, the Irish Oos down there in Carolina. And then Tyler Shuck came in and really became a guy for New Orleans that they're going to build around. I think they think he's a guy going forward. Drafted in the 3rd round out of Louisville. Obviously, he's a little bit older than the other draft classmates, but he certainly got things done for New Orleans when I think they had no hope. I think they had no hope. Bruce Brown, who's winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year, bub?
It'll be the Irish Oos, Ted McMillan, I believe, but it should be Jackson Dart. If you're a quarterback and you have 24 total touchdowns and 6 turnovers, I think you should win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But they'll give it to Ted McMillan. He had a great season.
Okay, why are you so negative about it? Why don't you think they'll recognize Jackson Dart's greatness his rookie year amongst a lot of turmoil?
I don't know. I honestly don't know because he got 1 concussion and missed 2 games.
And then he does kind of just dive like he's Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, that stole a lot of the fodder. So maybe that's the reason.
They didn't win a ton of games either.
4.
And Scattaboo. That's not a ton, yeah. Scattaboo was also a part
Listen,
of it.
if it was a combination award and I could do 4, 4, and 6, that would have been a watch out.
And how many voters are there?
50.
And what is that? Those two?
Those two? I don't understand.
4, 4, and 6.
Add them up.
Oh, wow.
That was good reaction.
Good math.
That was really good reaction. Thought you were going to be there with
I
it.
did love 24 back in school. You and I both did in Gate. That was gifted and talented education. If you are top of your class, you get to do that. That was
Plum,
good.
in Plumboro. Yeah,
Yeah.
you certainly do. That was an interesting thing. All the nerds, right? I happen to fall into this. I have no idea how. It was maybe 4th, 5th grade.
Gifted and talented.
Yeah, of course.
That's what it was called. I'm not making it up. It's just what.
It was called gate classes. You were really cool if you got into gate classes. It was a lot of nerds, though. And then they started giving us games to play in there. So then if you were competitive at all against these nerds, I mean, it was game, set, match. 24? Was it 24 or 21?
24.
24. Was this you? Did you guys have this?
No.
It's a math game.
Math game, yeah.
There's 4 numbers on a wheel and then a division or multiply addition sign or whatever.
And you just have to do whatever
you had to
you
get
can
to
to
24.
get to 24.
Yeah, first one wins.
I like that.
Boy, it was good.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, I was throwing a lot of shit at the. I mean, I don't know if there was an actual way to do it, like the smart people were doing. I was just as many different combinations as possible at the time, and it felt like it worked out for
I
me.
actually got suspended from that situation because being competitive in there, they have a 24 tournament, and I beat this girl and I barked in her face and called her a dog and got suspended for a few days. So.
Yeah, I mean, 24 got pretty real in there. If you were really good, you got to go to like a citywide 24 championship. Yeah, that's real.
Wow.
Tone, I didn't know you were that intense in there. I was more of a casual
Barked
player.
in her face?
I didn't know you were.
Sorry, we're playing to win or not.
You were pretty intense in there. That was not my style. My style was just, thank you, how you doing? You know, he kept it moving. Won some games, though. Did win some games. I didn't know we were barking at people at 24.
That's awesome.
I love to hear that. I was a science Olympiad as well, junior high. Yeah. Shout out.
Would you go do, have competitions on the weekends or something?
No, it was just one Olympics. It was one science Olympics. It was at a smaller college around. We all got it. There was a team of 8 of us. We got into a van. Yeah. Went to this thing in the morning, had a full orientation. I was the last person selected for the Science Olympic team. And the coach said, just want somebody who's competitive on the team that could maybe help out a little bit. I'm like, thank you, you got it. Here we go. So we go to this thing. And I was assigned, there's different tasks, science things. Mine was we had to drop an egg from 10 feet. It couldn't crack. And you got this amount of straws. You got this amount of rubber bands and all that shit. So you had a certain amount of time to figure it out. That was my event alongside 2 others. They did not take my idea. Egg
cracked.
Yeah, everybody's egg broke though. From my understanding.
That's a win.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah, sneaking hard boiled one in there, sneaking underneath the the judges.
That might have been why I was there. Hey, we need to win this one, right? No matter what. Oh, I should have got the memo. Yeah, Plum would have walked out of there with the Science Olympics. It's crazy. Let's talk a little bit about the Defensive Rookie of the Year finalists. Congratulations, Abdul Carter at Penn State. Special talent. Eamon Worry.
So
He's
good.
a stud.
South Carolina.
Absolute
South
stud.
Carolina, special talent.
yeah.
James Pierce Jr.
Tennessee, special talent.
Carson Schweschinger.
UCLA.
Xavier Watts.
Notre Dame.
Studs across the board. Welcome to the NFL, boys.
Yeah.
Great years out of these boys.
Great years.
Great years. That is absurd.
Yeah, 156
hell of a
tackles.
year.
Yeah, that's a hell of a year, AJ. He might be the next AJ Hawk coming out of that state of Ohio, pal.
He's awesome. I tell you what, people in Ohio, I'm around a lot of Browns fans. They love this dude. They hope he's here for 15 years.
And 49, kind of an ass number. So if he does go on to be great, he will make it his own, which is, good for Schwarzenegger. Nobody's really looking to wear 49.
And this is a big part of why everyone thinks the Falcons' job is so good, because they have the offensive pieces, except for maybe a question at quarterback. And then Watts, Pearson, then their other first-round pick, Jalen Walker, who also had a really, really good season. So they got a lot of young talent.
And the video of Matt Ryan showing Stefanski around the building, a lot of bricks, a lot of white bricks. I didn't know that. And Matt Ryan's 7 foot tall.
Big SOB.
He is. He's very big. But I liked him showing Stefanski around and basically saying, welcome to the Falcons. You got the gig. I guess he could be successful down there. Very successful, to your point. There's a chance they could be great.
Pieces.
Brian Flores has signed an extension with the Minnesota Vikings if he is to not get a head coaching opportunity anywhere. I like that little caveat in the deal. Brian Flores, his agent, says, we're getting something from somewhere, no matter what. Let's get an extension here and remain DC so he won't go be a defense coordinator anywhere else, because there was maybe conversation of that happened. Why would he leave? We don't know. Maybe it was all leverage play. But if you do get a chance to go be a head coach, you need to go ahead and do that. AJ, I like the move from the Vikings organization.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's able to, agree to an extension, but yeah, he's still open to a head coaching gig. I guess, is there any kind of deadline you think that the Vikings want him to, hey, let us know? We need to know. I guess when the last job is filled, then for sure.
The hirings have kind of taken longer, but the NFL made a rule. We couldn't see anybody till January 19th. That was different than last year. We assume after this championship weekend, there will be more jobs handed out, so maybe they know sooner than later. Duke is suing their quarterback.
That's right.
For trying to go to Miami after signing a contract with Duke. This would be the first time this happens where a school goes, you know what? No, you're not allowed to just say, I'm not doing what I just signed and said I would do just a couple months ago. So Mensa potentially heading to Miami. Duke says, you sign a contract here, you're staying here. Duke, big brains.
Yeah.
Okay, remember Duke, big brains. I assume they're very comfortable in this particular setting. I assume they're excited about the opportunity to keep Mensa as a Duke Blue Devil. I'm sure he'll love being there after this whole thing goes down. Yeah. Do you want him on the team if he wants to go elsewhere? Duke says, we're going to sue him and see if we want him anyways.
Latest update as of midnight last night, he did go into the transfer portal because the judge required Duke to let him go into the transfer portal, but the court case, I believe, is on February 2nd. He's not allowed to sign with the team until that court case.
Crazy.
First of many.
Yeah, what happens if he does come back to Duke? It's going to be a bit of a strained relationship, you think?
No, he's going to play hard because he signed that contract. He signed that contract.
They might be pursuing jail time.
I think so.
Never know. What's the deal worth? We'll find out.
Yeah.
We're going to see what these deals actually are looking like through the court of law. And maybe the Duke people are saying, people need to hear what's going on here. We're bamboozled. Yeah. We're allowed. You know how many different meetings we had to go to get the amount of money to keep this guy here? And then all of a sudden he signs it. We get the deal done. We celebrate. And then the U comes calling in our conference. And he goes, hey, everything we just did, we're not doing anymore. I don't think so. Well, what if he hates your school? We don't care. We hate him. So that's an interesting dynamic whenever you talk about actual humans being involved, for sure.
Yeah. Conman said this is the first of many things I guess we will see like this in the future.
It's crazy. Sport's awesome, though.
The best.
Yes. All right, we'll be back
tomorrow.
Ball
is still great.
Ball is still great. We'll be back tomorrow with a Feel Good Friday. Our show continues digitally. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. I think we're on tomorrow on ESPN. Yeah. Next week.
What comes on right after this on ESPN?
SportsCenter. Remember, they used to have us sign off at 1:53. That's because the previous SportsCenter crew wanted to separate their show from our show by as much time as possible. Okay? That's a real thing that was happening. Just separation. Just let's keep it away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as much time as possible. Because we don't do commercials throughout the hour. We sell more of a digital sponsorship, partnership type thing with people, which we assume most networks will do 5 years from now. That'll probably be the evolution whenever they need to get into it for all the other shows, but we do that. But they wanted to keep it away. Then a new person got in charge of SportsCenter and was like, hey, we think it'd be cool actually if your audience maybe watched the beginning of SportsCenter, maybe tried it out or something like that. And I guess
it's called a lead-in.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess it's worked out pretty good. Which we appreciate SportsCenter, obviously doing the shits. They got a group in there. They got a young group in there, SportsCenter anchors.
Yes, they do.
And I think they're trying.
Good
I think they're trying. Like, legitimately, I think SportsCenter's trying. It's a new group. I think they're trying to get back into the full fucking thing. It's like, hey, we're SportsCenter. Let's remember that, what we are, how we are, why we are. And I appreciate the moxie. There's a lot of moxie coming out of the SportsCenter roster, I would say.
Yeah, Foxy's been pounding the pavement about the morning SportsCenter crew as well. Like that whole entire
good juice.
Squad. Yeah, great juice.
Yeah, Strusky brings it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think the entire roster has good moxie rating. Like I think the entire SportsCenter roster has good moxie and like ball, I think, which is obviously a huge part of covering ball in our eyes. Speaking of covering ball and being journalists, broke news yesterday at the Visit Indy Tourism, State of Tourism down there with the Visit Indy Indianapolis folks. The Combine is remaining in Indianapolis through 2028.
Yeah.
Visit Indy was able to ink the deal with the NFL to keep it here in Indianapolis. I was lucky enough to break that news yesterday at the Visit Indy State of Tourism event that had 1,400 people there. I won Mr. McGowan's Leadership Award for the year. I was obviously very confused that it happened, embarrassed a lot of the time up there. I don't really enjoy these types of events, but I do appreciate the hell out of Indianapolis. And the people that asked me to do this and go to this are people I respect. You know, people from the Colts very high up were like, hey, this is happening. They want to do this. Will you come? And then I immediately go, no, I'm not doing that fucking thing. No way. That sounds like the worst time of my life. That sounds like everything I don't like about a lot of things. And then they go, okay. And then like a day later, get a call back. Hey, we think this would be cool. They are going to do it whether you come or not. Okay, so wouldn't you rather, you know? And it's like, all right, I will do this. I appreciate the honor, but there's a lot of people in that room that probably deserve it, I would assume. There's a lot of people that make Indianapolis what it is. I'm very lucky to live here. I think we are very lucky to live here. We appreciate the opportunity to live here, but I don't need to be winning awards for being a fucking citizen of Indianapolis. This is how I kind of view it in this entire thing. But they said very nice things about me. I got kind of emotional up there because people were saying things and acknowledging things that potentially have happened. Kaylin Irsay Jackson spoke up there. She referenced her dad a couple of different times. And it was like, it was a very cool thing. It was a very, very cool thing to be a part of. I'm very honored that they gave me a trophy, which is over there, should make its way over here at some point, that they acknowledge us being good for the city as opposed to a lot of people thinking we're bad for society. So that was like that was a very cool moment. But yeah, the announcement of the Combine being there for 2 more years was shocking for me because I thought they were going to want to travel that.
Yeah.
Like the draft. The draft has become the NFL event for cities that can't get the Super Bowl because they're either too cold or something else is going on. So we'll send the draft there. And remember, they got kicked out of Radio City Music Hall by the Rockettes. That's the only reason why they took the draft on tour. And then now it's hundreds of thousands of people celebrating ball and becoming these massive events and income changers or finance changers for cities. It's like the NFL making the draft a traveling event has been a smashing success. So it's like the Combine, definitely something that they're thinking, oh, we can probably get this.
Keep it in Indy. It needs to stay in Indy. Indy's set up so perfectly. So perfect.
And that's how Indy feels too. And the Visit Indy people are very like, in the tourism people and the city people, all very thankful for the Combine. I'm saying we, and I guess they said yesterday that I should say that. That's kind of why I won the award, I guess. But on that note, Indianapolis loves hosting these things. Like, try to be good partner with people so they bring their shit back. You know, like, hey, we would like you to come back. I think that's why we've seen so many people return and have their championships here. Everybody from the Olympics to fucking wrestling to basketball, football, the FFA, Future Farmers Association of America. I mean, you name it, like everybody is coming to the city like every single year. So like the NFL and the Combine was no different. Like I think Indianapolis was like, took a lot of pride in hosting this. This is the biggest opportunity for a lot of people that they'll ever have in their entire lives. And the city of Indianapolis is a part of it. And everything's tunnelable. And there's hotels and there's so much room and space, and the turf is built for speed and for workouts. And it's like Indianapolis really appreciates that the Combine is here, and it being another 2 years. 30,000 people came last year to the Combine. $9 million boost to the city, the Combine was. So I think they're only going to try to continue to promote that and make it bigger. But Indianapolis through 2028 would make it 41 years in total here in Indy.
Plus now they're adding a brand new beautiful Ritz and another hotel, and now they're redoing the entire mall area downtown. Like, now that it's actually getting nice down there, let's keep things.
Oh yeah,
let's keep going. And that Visit Indy crew, I think they're on it. I think they're on it. I think, nope, not going to say it.
Say it.
Yeah, might as well.
I had no idea what I was walking into yesterday. I had no clue. I had no idea. Legitimately no idea. Like, I found
And
it.
that was at the stadium?
Yeah, I found that out yesterday. It was at Lucas Oil Stadium. So I was at Lucas Oil Stadium. Do we have like a theater in Lucas Oil Stadium? Like, what is there? Like, no, it's going to be on the field. I'm like, holy shit. All right. How am I getting in there? You know, and then I literally get texted like an hour beforehand, like, hey, this is where you're going to come in or whatever. It's like sick. I had no idea. Then I walk through the back. Foxy's with me. AQ Shipley's with me as well because he was heading to the airport, which is that way. I'm walking through the back. Supposed to be there at one time. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen. I have a job. Okay, so then we get here at another time. Was supposed to go on at a certain time. Let's just say there's 7 minutes or so between those two times. Walking through, trying to get briefed on what it is. I have no idea. Massive curtain. Can't see anything on the other side of this curtain. Have no idea what I'm walking out to. None. Just walking backstage. Here we go. Walking on the field. Turn a corner. Quick conversation with Mackenzie. A FaceTime. Hey, I'm here. She goes, you what guys? The guys? I'm like, kinda. I'm in stadium. She goes, you at dad game? You at dad game? I'm like, yeah, I'm at dad game actually. Yeah, this is actually dad game. Hang it up, and then boom, I'm on stage. 1,400 people. About, I don't know, 10 yards deep probably. I don't know, 50 yards wide.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like lights. So many lights. I had no idea. Up on a stage. Couldn't really see anybody out there because the lights are in there. And then we did a 10-question Q&A up there. They made like a little makeup of my desk. It was an interesting, fascinating thing, but I had no clue what I was walking into. Foxy, did you know what I was walking into there? I had no clue. I thought it was maybe 20 people, 30. I had no idea what it was. It was this fucking massive event. I had no idea. Shout out to Visit Indy.
Absolutely no idea what we were walking into because you were going behind that LED screen. Me and AQ had a front row seat, so someone's walking us, but we turn around the corner and both of us literally both out loud. Everyone is staring at us. We go, holy shit, because there were so many people there and it was so vast.
No idea.
So, yeah, no idea.
Yeah, no clue. And, you know, maybe there were some vitamins, like, moments before. I honestly had no idea. Q&A, I thought, yeah. It was a big event. It was a big to-do.
It's a big deal.
It was a big to-do.
It was pretty cool.
And I'm pretty honored that it happened. I should have done a little bit more research on what I was walking into. I think every city leader was there. You know, that was cool to see. Saw the mayor for the first time, long time.
Yeah. Nice.
Mayor was
What's his name?
Hogsett. He remembered.
He's still the guy.
Still bringing it.
Yeah, he remembered everything we have said, too, about it all.
And potholes. You guys really talk up those potholes.
They're worse than ever.
Ever, yeah.
Well, only getting worse.
I didn't get a chance to tell him about the potholes.
Salt's eating the roads.
It is.
Especially with this no precip, low pressure.
I know. I know. We need some
It's
precip.
changing out hour by hour. We need to talk to somebody.
Is it
What's
worse
going
or
on?
better, Tone?
It's more. The snow is now rising to the north a bit. We're getting some precip. Looks like now.
I like to hear that. Because the quicker it comes, the faster it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's supposed to be very cold, so it kind of sounds like the quicker it comes, the longer it's going to stay.
In like a lion, out like a lamb.
Okay.
Is this Max Velocity's reporting?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Look at that long trail. We're going to be in it for days.
Oh, no.
We don't know if the max velocity of
It
this
is.
particular storm is going to be 4 days. It could be gone. This thing could be gone, right?
I don't think it's going anywhere. They should move Broncos Pats to New England so they can play in a foot of snow.
Yeah, agreed.
Think about how cool that'd be.
For the good of ball? Or?
Just for the good of ball.
It's a lot of snow coming.
I mean, we're in the 8 inches to a
What is
foot
that?
band.
I thought that was north of us. I didn't
It's
think.
supposed to be.
And then I thought Nashville, too, was supposed to be.
Fike said no precip.
Fike's a fuck.
No, he's not.
That's what I'm picking up from looking at that.
No, Fike answered the phone whenever we called him. We
About to get a
appreciate
foot.
I don't trust velocity, though. I trust Fike.
Nah, we're 4 to 8.
You trust Fike
over
velocity? That's for sure.
Neither of them are Ryan Hall, y'all.
Listen, I rode a tornado ride with Ryan Hall. Okay, I got
Y'all.
respect for Ryan Hall, y'all. Max Velocity has come into my life with the exploding trees gimmick. Okay, he was live for 3 hours. He does it too. He's Ryan Hall y'alling as well. I didn't know there's a full.
The weather community is awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. And guess what? It's always happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if we got 8 to 12 inches just moving up and down like
Always
it's hitting the
changing.
fucking ladders. What are we doing?
I got to go get snow melt.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Son of a
salt
bitch.
before, by the way. Remember, you need salt beforehand.
Get your blowers out too.
Yeah.
I love it. I got a plow on my little side by side now. I got a plow, so yeah, I can do some
good for
damage.
you.
I'm
always
clearing up all
plowing.
kind of driveways.
I need to start becoming a plower myself. All right.
I'm about one of those.
You and Connor
I'm
used
going
to
to go
plow.
do that right now.
I'm not fucking around with the shovel anymore. I'm
Me
not doing
neither.
it.
My hands get cold.
Yep.
And my back hurts.
Exactly.
I just
Well,
want
yeah, snowboard?
Right. Right.
I'm gonna put some chains on the quad, and then I'm gonna put a plow out in the front of that thing, and
That's
I'm gonna
not a bad idea.
You can get that on Amazon. Yeah, do it.
And that's fun.
And that's a lot of fun. And guess what I can do? Maybe through the neighborhood.
Yes.
Now, I don't know how I feel about this neighborhood. Feels like a lot of them just make my property their home, but a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. That's going to change for sure. But, I do think going down and saying, hey, neighbor, who probably doesn't have a son, let me go ahead and whale this thing a little bit on it. That's a good thing to do. That's a good thing for society.
You could also just plow their driveways and 2 weeks from now, just put a bill in their mailbox. Remember when I did your driveway? You owe me $1,000.
Yeah, gas these days.
Exactly.
Which is crazy because I think it's about to
Hopefully.
something to think about. All right, anyways, your friend tell a friend something nice might change their life. Everybody stay warm out there. It's a cold world. Cold world.
Yeah.
It's a cold world.
It is cold.
AJ, anything to say to the crew?
No.
All right, team on me, team on three. We'll see you tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.